Yo. Once again, this is We Just Some Messengers podcast. I'm Mo.
I'm Mike. You got my boy JT with us.
Yo.
What's good, my nigga? You doing good?
Appreciate y'all having me. What's up with you?
So,
Got my dog Drew Money on the boards.
How y'all feeling?
feeling good,
Good,
feeling
man. We
good.
good, man. How y'all feeling, man?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Nice and crisp outside. So you know what that means. We're about to cross. Well, hold on. I see a few more 80-degree days throughout the week, so maybe we ain't completely crossing over yet. But other than that, we good, man. Mo, how you doing out there in DC, man?
It's cool, man. I'm kind of under the weather. That weather change, you know how that go. Other than that, I'm kind of good, though. I'm good.
Word, that's what's up, man.
That's good to hear.
JT, what's up with you, man? What's going on new with you, man?
Not much, man. Finally getting ready to set up shop in Atlanta. Officially, I'll be
man.
living in Atlanta, so that's finally a good thing.
That's what's up.
Been living a nomadic life for a while, so chasing something, you know what I'm saying? But now that I got it accomplished, I can go ahead and put my foundation down. So we're going to set up shop in Sandy Springs. For sure.
So since the last time you've been here, what new things you've been doing as far as like media, business, or anything like that?
We since recently just signed to Guild Talent Agency. 3 beautiful black sisters out of Chicago and Atlanta. They just in deep in the acting and entertainment game overall. Angelo just signed with them. Fashion Week just got read up with Paul Mitchell. So we went down to Miami because we were trying to get it done in Miami. But negotiations are negotiations, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we may try to do it in September. But we wind up getting the deal done and doing it again in Atlanta with Paul Mitchell again.
September 21?
We're going to do February with Paul Mitchell, February 2021. But September down in Miami.
Okay.
And who knows who will be a part that time.
Who's Paul Mitchell exactly?
Paul Mitchell Cosmetology School. It's like the largest cosmetology school on earth, actually. And they're out of the country as well. So they're international and they're here in America. We got some Halloween things coming up. Shot a movie, 2 movies. Average, which is like
I see you be posting about that.
Average is a thriller. We're gonna drop it on.
You
Halloween.
directing that, right?
I wrote it and directed it. Yeah, and I acted in it too. I'm in it. And then starring the bro Angelo, and then Chantal, Maurice, and my man Sam Umo. Chantal actually went to Charleston Southern with us. Okay. Shout out to DST. She a Delta. She real good people. So she's still been rolling with us as well. So Average coming out, and then next weekend we shoot Act of Kindness. That's our next movie, called Act of Kindness, starring Nzinga Imani. She's a model, but she's a plus size model, a beautiful plus size model who holds it down for the beautiful plus size women. I said model first, then plus size, because I like to recognize them as what they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to separate them, but. So some good stuff going on, man, and then hopefully we get some shit kicking with the We Are Just the Messengers podcast and Do Work Media, and let's get rocking and rolling around here as well, because
of course
I've known all you cats for a while, and it's only stupid I keep coming here and telling y'all what's happening. I know y'all boys know how to shake. Talk to Mike, you know how we shake around here, so we've done all this before, so hoping to help everybody go on to another level, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. I saw you had post Cuba was like on a TV show or something.
Yeah, De Noche Con Roche. Shout out to my man Jonas Roche, Mr. Tony Cortez, the owner of Cachita Universal Studios, and Mr. Chris Diaz. He plays Detective Vinny Velasquez on the ATL Homicide show that Angelo plays. They part of that too. Angelo went down there and did his it's their version of like SNL. The guy likes Johnny Carson. Gives you that feeling from the Latino community. A beautiful set of people too, bro. They treated us like family down there. Took us on a tour of the whole building. I mean, it's just nuts to see it. You know what I mean? It used to be the Telemundo building. So they took over and now it's Cachita Universal Studios. And I mean, it's got Tony's like a 4-time Emmy Award winner, you know what I mean, type guy. So you just be surprised the energy these people give you. It's like humble. You know what I mean? They like real chill, but they like welcoming.
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm a brother in there. So, but the Cubans and the brothers cool. You know what I'm saying? They like the sauce. They like the dress and shit. You know what I mean? You look at them, they like the chains. If they like it, they like that shit. They like to fight. They like all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they good people. They beautiful people, man. So Miami was dope. Angelo crushed the show. The BTS shit we put out, we did Sirius XM radio the next morning. Just some really good shit going on. Zola's getting ready to come out. I don't know if y'all even remember the Twitter story from 2015. But a wild Twitter story happened. This girl, Zola, went down to Miami, like some strippers or something went down. And they turned into a movie. A24 turned into a movie. And Angelo's in that movie, too.
Okay.
And that one's coming to theater. That'd be the first time we come to theaters. So it was originally supposed to happen before COVID took place. So after we had finished Fashion Week, we were trying to gear up for the summer because we thought it was coming June, July.
Yeah,
so I don't know if you remember me hitting you. I was like, yo, we gonna come to Charleston. I'm gonna try to bring bro down. Like, let's set exactly. I was getting ready to bring that energy around everywhere, but COVID took place and niggas took the L. So the good thing is they didn't drop it, virtually. They still are trying to bring it to a theater because it needs theater energy. You know what I mean? It's a Twitter story. It needs to come out in theaters for sure.
Gotcha.
So.
You say A24 did that movie?
Yeah, A24
They're
Zola.
dope. They got a lot of dope films out.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And if you come to Atlanta, you'll see bro on the side of a bus. We did shout out to my man Miles in Georgia Hollywood Review TV. We met this dude at like a cigar bar and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was chilling, but it wound up working out. He cut a deal. We actually cut a deal with PFS. We did Sundance with him. I don't know if y'all remember, I went to Utah. But we went up to Sundance and Miles showed a lot of love. He came back, he's like, yo, I like you guys' energy. Let's move this thing forward this way. Next thing I know, this nigga's on the side of the bus and all types of shit. So God is real. You feel me? Because I grew up with y'all niggas, so this ain't no cap or no mystery in here, you know what I'm saying? and I was doing it when I was young, so this shit worked. That's all I got for you, you know what I mean? That's all I want y'all to know. This shit works.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. You still got to visit. Is another season of ATL Homicide coming?
Yes, sir. February, we believe.
So it'll be like what? Season 3, 4?
Season 3.
Season 3? Okay.
Yeah, season 3. But it's some, we.
And that's on which network is that?
TV1.
On? TV1. Yeah.
TV1. It's TV1's #1 show. Once the pandemic hit, then I think they got Unsung moved up there. But Angela, I think that show comes on in like Australia, like New Zealand, shit like that. You know what I mean? South Africa, show coming on everywhere. So you trying to move and shake with that type of energy. You know what I mean? And just so niggas know, like that's why ratings and all those things are important. Like know what your numbers are, even wherever you got to get it from. Get the number because that number holds weight. They can't deny that number. You know? I don't give a fuck if I'm 147th on the list. That's in America. 147 in America on TV on Mondays. Fuck whatever you feel. That's worth something. Maybe not as much to you, but I know how to go get there and figure it out where that's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody play ball. You just got to be able to deal with the people in the world that talk shit about you. You know, etc. You got to be able to deal with that part. But luckily, I'm old enough, been dealing with it long enough that it just rolls off me now. You know what I'm saying?
So were there any was there any positives that you took away from the pandemic, being that it affected like some of the business moves you may have had? Was there like anything that you took from it that might have been positive that you sat back and you was like, okay, maybe, I this part of it I benefited from it because the pandemic happened, because the pandemic happened, life still got to keep going. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So is there anything that you could look at during, we 10 months in now, that you could look back, or even currently is kind of like, maybe it was a blessing in disguise?
Aside from people that passed away, the pandemic's been 100% blessing. I had to sit down. It made everybody slow down. If anything, it reminded folks that your grandparents and your mothers were right. Like, the world is exactly what the world is. Like, there really aren't any rules out here, because as soon as the pandemic hit, they showed you that they could break every rule in the fucking country. As soon as it hit, you saw it. And it was niggas like me who, and I'll take a shot at myself, when I used to work out here, I used to work at Champs. And I remember when the 50% discount first came out. And shout out to Fred. I came back, and his brother was, I guess they all still was working at Champs, telling the story about, yo, what you do with the 50% discount? And I used to say, my nigga, it's the same thing they do to us. They make us work 8 hours. Then they give us this 50% discount to go run and sell to a couple of our family. I'm like, no, I'm finna hustle this up. First off, I don't plan on working for Champs the rest of my life. Maybe you niggas do, But me, yes, I may be young telling y'all that, and that may sting a little bit because I'm a young nigga saying this. That don't make it no less true, though, my nigga. So I don't plan on being here forever. So I'm not finna go sell no drugs because I'm going to get locked up. But if I legally play the game like they do to me, then I understand. So, yeah, I ran it up on Champs. I'd run it up on Foot Locker. I'd run it up on all of them because it's corporate thugging. The same thing these niggas is doing to me, I was the employee to understand that and do it to them. So what
I used to do the same thing.
Absolutely. So why niggas was trying to pump fake, they just was. I wore it different. I wore it like, yes, I'm doing it because I'm not stealing from anyone. I ain't taking from none of you niggas. And if you think I'm taking from Champs because you own something, wait till you break a rule so they can fire your ass, and you'll find out that this ain't your shit either. But when it was us, like to answer your question, yeah, it made me sit down. So it made you secure your foundation like your parents tell you to. Make sure you got somewhere solid to go to. Make sure your lady's straight. Make sure your bases are good so anything you build on top of is actually of some value. You see what I'm saying? Business slowed down, but it didn't. It allowed me to deepen the relationships that I already had. And the pandemic hit after I had just completed a fashion week.
Yeah, I remember you saying
so that. It was. I'm the last thing on your mind. I'm the last thing that struck before it went down. No, this is beautiful. There was nothing else to get in the way of me. There was nothing else. You know what I mean? God blessed her, like, in my opinion. And I had, my sister had COVID. Mom experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had people close to me experience it. So it ain't, oh, well, it's not that energy. It's just, nah, when you get a chance to sit down and focus, I'm sure all y'all probably came. You know what I'm saying? When niggas think about it, them checks help. Miss me. I'm not too proud for none of that shit. Them checks looked out. If niggas knew what they was doing, especially if you had saved, them checks was putting money on top of money. Hell yeah, them checks. Shout out to, I ain't gonna do that far, but them checks came through. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go that hard, but the checks helped out. If you know what you doing in life, them checks helped out. Them checks help fix credit scores. Them checks help pay bad debt. You know what I'm saying? If you know what you doing. Now, if you was buying sneakers and hitting Gucci, cool.
Trust me, bro. I got the same sentiments, man.
Exactly. Fucking exactly, dog. So I think it was beautiful, and I think that it made a lot of my relationships with my partners deepen. You hit your boys up more because you supposed to, because that's really the only thing that matters is how niggas is doing for real, like how your family doing, how your kids doing. Like that's what really matter. Rest of this shit's fun and gun. For real, we just chucking and jiving. But if people ain't good, you ain't gonna have a good day. If you ain't good, you ain't gonna have a good day. You ain't gonna be able to be good at work or none of that shit. So remembering that, you know what I'm saying, when you hanging out with your niggas or you building businesses or whatever, what it's about. That's why I still roll with Cuba. That's why I'm still rocking with y'all. I know y'all. Energy has always been the same when I've been around. So if that's the case, and it's been years on years, then I'm the dumb nigga if I was to act in any other way. You know what I'm saying? People got to act on that with their kids, their family. Parents is home learning with their children again. That shit ain't bad. And y'all find out they don't need y'all ass behind them desks in them cubicles. You see what I'm saying? They fucking y'all up, but you know you gotta see it. You done seen it now. So when you go back to work and shit goes quote unquote back to normal, let your nuts hang. Let your nuts hang on them folk. Hold up. Cause such and such hiring down the street and they let me stay at the crib. So I don't really know. Like I'm doing the work game, but put them against each other. Put Target and Amazon, whoever you working with, make the motherfuckers battle. It's your time, it's your life, man. That's what I learned. Especially if you survive this shit.
Yeah.
If we beat this and make it into whenever it ends, if we survive this, dog,
I had to get put in quarantine a couple times, but I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, outside of that, I can say the same thing. It help you realize, make some relationships better.
Yeah.
You know, of course, saving wise, I've always been the type of person to save, but I was able to save a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, I can say, too, you know, outside of people that we lost.
Absolutely.
You know, I had a few family members who had it. I spoke about it on the podcast before. My uncle, he was in the hospital for more than a month with it. And, you know, he came out of that.
He came out on top?
Yeah, he came out on top. So,
for sure.
Yeah, he was down. He was pretty down bad. He was on, you know, the ventilator for, like, more than a month, actually. So, yeah, man, this shit is serious out here, man. This shit is serious. It helped me do a lot of self-reflecting, too. I think I grew a lot more this year as a person. I think at all my years, I think 2020 I probably grew the most personally. I still got a lot more growing to do. You know, a lot of self-reflection, stuff like that. You know, it's only up from here. So I could say I was able to sit back a lot more than I normally do y'all know I'm a laid back type nigga anyway, but I was able to do a lot of self reflection and really balance out, get a real good balance in my life, because everything is about balance.
Sure.
So
Ain't bad.
Yeah,
Balance
man.
is good, man.
what you looking forward to the most, like with PFS and everything in 2021? Like, what are you looking forward to, like, that for sure that I'm gonna knock this shit out the park, or
Shit.
I'm gonna kill this shit?
Honestly, Mike, man, I done learned that. Yeah, you just gotta keep living for real. I don't even like.
It could be anything. It don't even gotta be business. Like,
I mean,
it could be
but
personal.
I think
what you
the
looking forward to
blossoming
the
of my
most in 2020?
family. I think the
Okay.
blossoming of my family as a whole. I think the PFS I did it already.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't gotta ride around with the cape. You know what I mean? I did it. It happened. It's in you all. It's in your face. Anybody that don't think it happened, you'll keep seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you live in who you are, like if you're actually living it, then that's not like an accomplishment. You know what I mean? I am literally who I said I was. So
Mhm.
I want more for my people, wifey, my daughters. You know what I'm saying? My nephew, and like my nephew is the one that's into the music. So all right, I know how to make it all crack. So we gonna do this now. But it's more about letting them see that it's possible. That's what it was about when I was young. Like my mom would always remind me, it's possible. And if you think for the second that it's not, and that's why I despise people. I really had a hatred towards people who would say that you couldn't do something. I mean, I would walk around hating you. Like I was just telling my dog Rio, right now to this day, it's not a hatred, but I despise my college basketball coach because of the information you're giving. First off, you're older than us, but what you're telling us is trying to stop us, and we're young men, and you're a white dude coaching us, and we young black dudes, and you turning all pro junior college players into corner shooters and defenders to slide their feet when niggas is magical on the court.
Mm-hmm.
But you telling them that he can't do something. It don't work in that. Like that don't ever work in sports. I've never seen that. You know what I'm saying? You tearing people down. So I'm just not a fan of it. I think if somebody want to try something, let them try it. But when you kids, it's funny. You poking and joking that shit. But that shit fucks certain people up. You know what I mean? Certain people channel it and makes them go kill themselves. Certain people channel it and they turn into the biggest, richest motherfucker on the earth, and then you figure out why they hate the world. You know what I mean? Because the whole time people tell them that they couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want my people to see that they can. The immediate people around me, and then if it happens to rub off on some other people, I've learned that I don't need it to anymore. I used to want it to. I used to want everybody, man, take this information. If you go to my website, prettyflysociety.com, it costs for me to talk to you now. Just so motherfuckers know. No, I know what I'm doing and I built it. So if you don't respect my mind, cool. I give you the bullshit everybody else give you. It looks good. I like it. If you want the real information,
everybody else
exactly.
Yeah.
You want to holler at me for real, but I did it. It ain't that. I've done it.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, I know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more so where it's at. And if you ain't gonna research and see what we've done, then yes, call me whatever you want to. But if you want to move your shit forward, then look into what a nigga's done, and you'll know, okay, this shit rocking for real. So that's finished. So I need wifey to see that. So if she goes and pursues herself, guess what'll happen? She won't be a hindrance or a bother to me. That's a fact, because she's doing something. If my daughter see it, they won't depend on no young nigga who's talking about taking them on some trip somewhere, because Pops done took them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just so that all that young man, you need to find out what that young man can bring to you. The only way to be able to do that is to show it to your children. Talk to your children. You know what I mean, about it. So that's what I really want this part of the year. We'll be back and forth between Cali. A lot of shit will be happening, but I don't really care about that, because if I could pass away, that shit, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you really leaving a legacy, if you already made it happen, now it's about trying to get the next ones for real. And you got to start with yours for real. So
Got you. Yeah, man.
that's what I want for 2021. For them to see Pops was working for the show.
Yeah, man. That's what's up,
For
man.
the show.
So you had a lot of shit. You got a lot of shit in order this year. So.
You whipped through one of the hardships with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
Yeah.
So I
know
keep
you
it a
told
buck.
me.
You went through one of my hardships with me, and was one of the few that kept it 100 straight forward. You ain't never looked back at none of that shit. I had one of the niggas I went through give me the fuck me at my wedding. Yeah,
you talking
nigga,
about-
fuck
yeah.
you at my wedding. No bullshit. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you know me since high school. You walk around with that on your heart? You walk around with... Exactly. That's what I said. That's a good thing. But that told me, that's when I learned that time don't mean shit on a relationship. That's when I immediately took time out of a relationship. Cause you can know a motherfucker since high school,
middle school, elementary.
everything, and you can get the audacity to pick my wedding and say "fuck you."
Mm-hmm.
Well, my friend, you'll do anything to me. And if I try to get money with you when shit get crazy, you the nigga on the movie that
Especially with money on the table.
exactly.
Yeah.
Niggas get you knocked off, all types of shit. I'm done with these niggas, man. I'm done. It ain't hard. I fuck with the niggas I know.
Yeah.
And you better be an extension of somebody else that I know.
Yeah.
Because if you not, because I need somebody to blame, you know what I mean? Because you
Yeah.
got to be able to bring something, some sort of repercussion to somebody.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're right.
And it's harder, it's more easy to punish family. At least you ain't got to call the police, you know what I'm saying? But if you're going through anything else, it's like, nah, don't punish a regular person. Shit crazy.
I feel you. I respect you on that one, man. Yeah, man.
Niggas ain't
So,
getting up on us.
I know you said you had mentioned the checks earlier. So speaking of that,
What's
I don't
happening?
know if you got the catch. So Ice Cube was actually he had a meeting with Trump's campaign about the contract with Black America.
What's going on? Okay.
Basically trying to push forward black people. I actually don't have it because I got more on FaceTime, but I actually had the two.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's just putting a list of demands of what black people want, like as far as like racial equality, certain jobs, programs for the youth and stuff like that. And of course, a lot of people felt like he basically was just like getting in the bed with the devil and stuff like that. I had my own opinions on it. Mo, what you thought about it?
It's a slippery slope, man. Because I don't agree with everybody trying to kill him for because he tried to sit down with both parties. Like this whole thing about him, exclusively working with Trump. Like I never got with that narrative. But in my opinion, man, I think his heart and mind was in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
However, like when you do sit down with certain media outlets and whatnot, you got to be on point when they ask you certain questions or when they want you to, talk about certain things. You gotta be quick on your feet, man. And a lot of times he looked like he was lacking when it was time to talk about his plan, because his plan was actually different from the quote unquote platinum plan that Trump had. Like he had a completely different agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting him to be more versed on, what he was talking about as far as what he wanted for us. I did look into his plan, Trump's plan, and Biden's plan. I mean, I do agree with a lot of what Ice Cube had this plan. As far as Trump and Biden's plans, it's more along the same shit, more police in our neighborhoods and shit like that. Like, I don't really feel
Typical
like most of
shit.
their plans really for us at the end of the day. Like, it's more of like a Band-Aid of anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that's just my overall opinion on it. I just feel like he should have been more versed on, what he went on, because I think they had the clip of him on Roland Martin, and y'all know I'm been vocal on Roland Martin, but I do feel like he should have been better prepared to speak to Roland at least. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of stumbling on his words, didn't really know what to say at certain points, and I just feel like you gotta be more prepared when you talk, especially at this time. I don't see how they trying to say he was wrong for doing this. 18 to 20 days outside the election. I don't see how how was that wrong? You know what I'm saying? I feel that's the perfect time to to bring up specific initiatives for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see why you can hold anybody accountable for anything once you've already elected them in. Like that's like me shaking your hand and I got my fingers crossed behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and do that for you, but as soon as I get in the chair, I get in the White House, I'm gonna ignore all your calls. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna let you come in for a photo op. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
So, my biggest issue I had with it was the timing, actually different from yours, because I feel like I feel like more than anybody, politicians. It's the reason why people say, "Oh, politicians," and this go for any level, mayor, governor, senators, anybody. People be like, "Oh, they only come around when it's time to vote for some shit." So I feel like they're more inclined to hear what you got to say around election time. So at that point, they could be open to anything that you got to present to them. I feel like, in my opinion, it could have been something that could have been handled like probably a year ago, maybe even a year into his tenure. Because I look at it like this: if I come to you a month before or less, before a big election, I kind of feel like it's at what why would they? What reason? More so, Trump, would they have a reason to tell you no? You see what I'm saying? Because he's already the president. So if anything, it's gonna be a boost for him, especially when everybody want to pander for the black vote. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you put that pressure on them more so when they're in the seat. Like when Meek wanted to go talk to Trump and everybody was getting on, I was like, nah, that's something he should do. He's in the seat right now. He has the power to put, motion into anything that he want to do. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like the timing of it was just real bad for me, in my opinion. I don't feel like me going to them at this time would be beneficial for our people because, like you said, they could be smiling in your face, say, yeah, we can review it. And he'd even meet with Trump himself. Not saying it's a bad thing, but he met with his campaign team. So it's kind of like you meet with his campaign team, like on the horizon of this, election. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, well, we'll just give them an ear. And then, when they get in the office, it's kind of like, we'll review it 2022 or some shit. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. I feel like more than anything, like you put the pressure on them when they're in the seat. So, okay, whoever wins, whether it be Biden or Trump, you go to them, you present it with it. And then if not, then fuck it. You see what I'm saying? But I just feel like prior to election, they ain't really trying to take it serious. It's more for so they could garner more attention. They could get more votes. They can, just sway you a little bit more.
That's why it's confusing to me because it's like, I feel like, our vote should be in direct exchange for something. So I feel like it's perfect time before the election. Like if you're not talking about what we want specifically, you're not getting our vote straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel.
So let me ask you this then. So because even then they said, I think more so with Trump and Biden, they said they wanted to talk to him after the election. But Trump, they went ahead and talked to him, but things wouldn't be getting put into play till after the election as well because we're right in the middle of this shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna put nothing into play right now. So I feel like as if they wasn't putting nothing in play now, that would have been my thing. If I was in Ice Cube shoes, I would have been like, hey, this is what I have. I don't have no time for y'all to come to me and tell me I need this done after the election. I need this shit put into play now. And if my mindset, not Ice Cube mindset, in my mindset, if I'm presenting a contract like that, I would have did it earlier in his tenure. That's all I'm saying. Because they're going to tell you, okay, yeah, well, we can't do nothing with this until, like, I think we're past the point of, okay, you say we're going to look at this and I vote for you now and then nothing shit get done. No, fuck that. Like, put the shit done now and I'll vote for you later. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I'll vote for you next term or something like that. That's how I feel. I feel like we passed the, okay, well, vote for me and I'll go ahead and I'll get this shit done. Yeah. And this not even a Trump thing. This would have been the same thing for Biden. If Biden would have told him that, and he really don't have no leverage to do nothing because he's not the president. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like more so Trump, no nigga, like, do this shit now. You do anything else? You put anything else into motion? Like, why you can't do it now? Get it done. I feel like us as a people, we're past the, okay, well, you say you're gonna do this, okay, I'll vote for you. Why we can't say fuck it, do it now, and then next time we'll see what's up. I just can't. I feel like at this point now, I can't hinge like our vote on a maybe. You see what I'm saying? Like we done did that before, and even with Ice Cube's interview with Roland Martin and everything like that, I just felt like he was, as far as that, unprepared as far as like answer questions because when he asked us specifically about the similarities and everything, he really couldn't answer that question. Is kind of like you really got to go into it knowing exactly what it is that you're talking about, what plan you want to roll out. He said he met with ADOS, so even when I looked at it, was certain things I was questioning on Ice Cube's plan, specifically about, okay, like, who exactly did you talk to? Because specifically in there, it was something about basically like the reparations aspect was going to be left up for the government to determine. And that's one of the things I never leave up for them to determine. And it's like, okay, if we have this set in play, this is what the fuck it is. I'd be damned if I'm gonna let something like reparations be left up to the government. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gonna you gonna give me a pack of Pringles and 50 cents and tell me about my way type shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that we gotta know, first off, as people, that sometimes you can hit a lick, right? And if your heart's in a good place, then your heart's in a good place when you're hitting a lick, but it's still a lick. And
yeah, like
right
I
now,
said,
Donald Trump is a lick.
I think Ice Cube, like I said on Twitter, I wasn't gonna roll out with the he's a coon, he's a sellout, none of that shit. Because like I said, I didn't do it when
man, and I'm like, bro, like what y'all talking about? Like, man, where y'all getting that he's a coon from? Like, I just don't understand.
This
that.
isn't
like,
a coon activity at all. Nah, what this is,
I just felt like the timing was all, because like I said, I wasn't mad at when Meek wanted to do it, but it was like right in the middle of his term. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that Trump could gain from as far as like an election or try to garner to, because his big thing was, I'm gonna get 20% of the black vote. So if I sit up here and I entertain, in my opinion, I feel like he got played.
Who?
That's
Which
just
one?
me,
Which
Ice
one?
Cube. I felt like he got played in
that's
this whole
crazy.
situation.
I feel like Trump got played, but all right.
I feel like, he didn't even meet with him for one. You know what I'm saying? He met with his campaign team. So how do I know that they either gonna give this back? I'm just asking a question. So in my opinion, I felt like if this shit was gonna go down, it should have went down when he was in the seat, not at height of an election. Because I feel like, especially a month before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have gave him a little bit more leeway had this been February, March, April. You know what I'm saying? Or especially around that time, because we had all the shit happening with our people and stuff like that. It would have been the time to put the foot down, like, hey man, like, you up here, you doing all this other shit, you signing off on this other shit, like, this is the time to get this shit rolling now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with a month before, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I don't feel like Trump is gonna take this shit serious based off his track record, based off of what he's been in office for these last 3-4 years.
Well, in war, you try to take a man when it's desperate. And Trump is desperate. And the key in all this is like, what the fuck is the black vote for real? Like,
I be trying to tell people that shit on a grand scale. That shit, ain't too many of us.
How can Ice Cube give Trump the black vote? Now let this sink in. That's why I'm like, this is a lick on Trump. Trump already losing. So what? Like, this niggas voting right now. You losing right now, and you gonna have Ice Cube snap his fingers and say, all right, black folks, y'all vote for Trump. Nah, that's not going to happen. What took place was they know this man's losing, and certain people are cutting deals with him so he can get certain things implemented. If some win, some win. If some don't, some don't. But I got some in because this dumb man is still cutting deals as if I'm going to give him something that I can't give him. What president has ever existed have we felt was about to do something for us? Like, let's just keep it a bean. Like, none. Like, what? I still ain't met one. So when everything you said is true, but I can say that for everybody else in regards to the presidency. What's Biden going to do? And this is coming from a man that would say the lesser of two evils. I even said it to Moe directly, like, nah, you at least got to go with the lesser of two evils. But when you think about it, you know what I mean? And I don't even live in that world. I don't even live in the world. But
like I said, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying as far as like the approach aspect.
No, I respect it.
I'm not mad at the contract itself or anything like that. Or I just feel like it should have been rolled out a little bit better. Certain things that he had in there, but the timing to me was just like, come on, man, he ain't really trying to take this shit serious like a month before. And I don't think it's really gonna gain no boost the black vote. Like, the black vote ain't. I feel like for them to prop it up as much as they do, we still got to look at the numbers at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, our vote ain't really changing no elections like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 67% of white people in this country and it's only 13% of us.
But even that,
and we got another minority group that damn near done passed us already as far as population.
But it's black Republicans, bro. So the fact that there's black Republicans means that 13% is already split.
Yeah,
so that it ain't no black.
Only 8% of blacks are registered.
It's not a black vote. It's the mentality. It's black people who vote Republican. It's all in their brain. It's black folks who vote Democrat. It's black folks who are in the middle. Like,
And that percentage
it's all
is a lot
mentality.
higher.
It's
Yeah.
not black nothing. Like, there's black folks that don't think like Ice Cube. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? There's certain black folks that don't like.
So where's
we all don't think alike. Nobody in this world does.
okay? So where's the win in this?
There ain't none. Get some paper for your people. Work together, build, and take care of your family before,
I'm just
so that
talking
you
about
can
in terms of
afford the
what he
shit that
did.
they about to do to us. You need to be able to afford it. That's what you need to be able to do. You need to be able to afford whatever they about to throw at us.
Oh, I was just speaking in terms of like what he did in his approach and everything.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I'm speaking from truth. I don't want to speak out loud about some shit I don't know about.
Okay.
When it comes to the presidency, when it comes to Trump, when it comes to that, what I have decided is that this whole shit is crooked. It's a whole game. Trump done turned 2020 into a Netflix special, and we watching it. And the last time I felt safe in America was before I got here. So that was when I wasn't even here. So I'm here now, and I don't even like driving my car all the time because nigga could get pulled over and killed. Ain't no president could change. Like, he can't change that. Whoever you voting for cannot change any of those things for us. We have to accept. I just had the conversation with my nephew. Yeah, man, you might want to, drive your car this way. We still having that. It's 2020. There's movies about that from the 70s, 80s. So it needs to stick in our head that, we need to figure out how we going to move. So that's just where I live, honestly. No, not to try to, in the conversation, I just,
No,
I know
you're
they
right.
all screwed up. Like, it's them. It's what they do is how they move. They ultimately don't care because they don't live our life. You know what I'm saying? We need if we going to get a politician, we need somebody that's for us.
Yeah, it's
We
gonna
need
start
somebody
at the
for the
local
people.
level first too.
Yeah, we need the locals. Y'all work these locals to death. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come work the ground. Work the ground. Come out here and really shake the hand. Really know the people. You know what I'm saying? Really get in there and go to war for it. That's what we need. Somebody to go to war. Somebody got to die about this shit. Like how they used to. They used to die about what we were for. They don't die about this shit no more because they giving them more money. So, we not talking about politicians. They don't even go as hard as they used to, man. We don't got none of that no more. Ain't no heart out here no more. So these white folks about to do whatever they feel like doing. They playing with us. Y'all watching it. Y'all watching them play with us. So I ain't crazy what I'm saying. Nothing in regards to Ice Cube's thing. I hope everything that bruh put out gets accomplished because I know we need it. I am not saying that. But in the grand scheme of things, he could put something together in a black neighborhood and then a white cop could still kill one of them kids. See how that worked? We still got some shit built for us. They still smoking us. See? All right, bet. So if we can't build it and I think we, try to build and get our own communities cultivated, how we was talking about the police shit, let's stay focused on them. Let's lock in on them because government, policies, taxes,
all that shit affect us.
it's all exactly. You feel me? We gonna deal with all of it, but them police
Still got laws in place.
come
for
on,
that.
man.
Yeah.
And police knocking at our door. us in here. Yeah, if that's right now too. When we leave up out of here, we got to deal with that for sure. So if a president ain't finna get busy in that world with police reform, we need to know what that's about. We need to know what police reform is gonna be about. You ain't got to end it. You don't have to end it at all. But tell me what you're gonna do for real on the ground level. Who my local officials are, where I could
And that's
just
the thing,
talk to them.
when I was looking at both of these plans, Trump and Biden's plan, they talk about policing our neighborhoods more. So in neither one of those aspects is anything about reform. So it's more the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just don't. At this point, I agree with JT, man. It's at some point you just gotta focus on yourself, man, because they got a plan, so you gotta have your own plan to counter that plan.
You better. And you better see if I've seen some people switch. I've seen some black folks go Republican recently because they done evaluated their life and they seen that it ain't about me being a racist. It's about how this affects my taxes or how this affects what's in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I asked the other day,
yeah.
I asked the group chat the other day, when it comes to voting, most of the time when y'all go to vote, do you vote, more, for personal reasons, or are you willing to sacrifice something? So when I say sacrifice, you're never going to 100% agree with whatever candidate you may vote for, but he might have something in place that might not affect you, but might help somebody of lesser, I'll use Obamacare, for example. It affected me, you know what I'm saying? But I know somebody's grandmother who probably don't got insurance needs that.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So I might can sacrifice on my vote on that end and vote for this person versus
Absolutely.
this other person who may help me on my taxes or just it could be anything. So in terms
I
of like
agree.
voting, when you go to vote, or do you look at that, or is it strictly personal, or it just depends on what you want for that year?
Well, no, exactly. Well, you sort of nailing it. It's about the aspect of me
Because
being
like you said, some
Go ahead.
people who who may vote. I mean, cut
No,
you off.
you good. That's good. That's good.
A lot of people they be like, well, at the end of the day, it's financial for me. So when I go to these polls, if you ain't helping me 100%, everything else may be secondary. But for me, somebody might say it's number one financial for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and I might vote Republican because at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna see more green on this side versus this side.
Absolutely. Those type of people.
And that be
Go
my
ahead, Mo.
thing with these celebs, man, because it's like, y'all can cap us down all day, about getting this man out of the office, but y'all not gonna tell me y'all gonna vote against y'all pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's a lot of people trying to lead people, and they're not even really about what they're talking about themselves. Like you're not gonna tell me these celebs, and these music artists and athletes and shit like that who got so much to say about this man, y'all gonna vote Democrat who's this dude who talking about taxing y'all more? Y'all not voting for that man.
Yeah.
Like just be honest with us. Like just be real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely certain ones, man. I think that what fuels it is, like you said, like which pocket of life like that you're dealing with at the time. So what I spoke to in regards to voting was like, as a black person, like as black people, we need to start doing what's best for us, which means whoever you voting for, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't not care. You didn't say it, but the Obamacare example is the perfect example of why I would do it. That's how I would close it for me, because that sounds like someone who has a heart. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, so that's
If you got a heart, cool. No, I
and
understand.
some people don't have the moral aspect of it when they go to vote. You see what I'm
But
saying?
morality. But remember, morality exists in the individual, brother. So morality only exists in you. It's the person.
Mm-hmm.
It's niggas out here that kill people. Morality don't exist for them. It's hitmen. Morality is not a thing for them. So
Strictly business.
Exactly. So it depends. So
depends, yeah.
if I hear as a voter, oh, you care about people who can't get health insurance, that makes sense. Logic, like I would want my grandmother or myself to be able to experience that if I was in a tough situation.
Knowing it
Period.
can help you, it can hurt you financially.
Because it really can't. It's really
Yeah.
not that big of a deal
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
most people that make that type of money got enough LLCs to write it off.
Yeah.
So they're not
And
really
that's how I
taking
look at
the
it.
hit.
Most rich people, anyway. I mean, are you really hurting
No.
that much if you vote Democrat
No.
on the other side?
Their
You see what I'm
kid
saying?
can't get Chick-fil-A at Princeton. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Facts.
Get the fuck out of here. That's all that's taking place. There's no real L's. They're just making a lot of noise because, well, we see where it could go. And it's like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm. I feel like reparations has been a big talk for us this year. I'm just speaking in terms of talking. Has been a big talking point for us this year. Even when Bob Johnson, he rolled out his reparations plan for black people, which was ass, in my opinion. I think with us as a people, man, when it come, even when he presented saying like, what was it, more like 380,000, 350 or something like that per black
Like
person?
300K per person or some shit like that.
And that number to me is like kind of like disrespectful in the aspect of in the grand scheme of things. So I feel like even with him even having that number in mind tells me us as a people we just comfortable with having less. You see what I'm saying? Like, what is 350,000? Of course, a nigga would tell me right now, nigga, ain't like you would turn down the 350,000. I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about in terms of as far as compensation. You talking about reparations? We not just talking about cutting a check. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're the only group of people who have not been paid out reparations for shit that we gone through. Every other group of people who have went through something have gotten some form of reparations. So when you tell me, oh, each black person get 350,000, it's like, damn, like that's what you're telling me my worth is after all the shit my people done been through, all the shit that we done invented, all the shit that we done created.
Yeah.
You tell me 350,000, and it's like I think we get so caught up in the money aspect of it. It's like, what about shit that really holds value? You see what I'm saying? Whether it be land, oil, a percentage in a certain company that we created, or an invention. The traffic light I'll use for an example.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that family, are they getting a certain percentage off of that? So they're set for life. You see what I'm saying? So when I hear that number, I was having a conversation with my boy the other day. He was like, well, 350 is better than nothing. I'm like, but see, that's what they want us to be cool with. They want us to be cool with the mindset, okay, you're going to take your everybody's not going to take their 350 and do, what you would want them to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm judging what a person may do with it, but it's like these white people have things set in place where they don't even have to think about getting that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because they got continuous money coming in. So when I'm thinking about reparations, I'm thinking about a constant flow of income that's coming in. Now you just hit me with a one-time payment of $350,000 or $380,000. You get what I'm saying?
What if they break it into installments for you for the rest of your life? Would you
$350,000?
Yeah.
I would want it to the point where if I get $350,000,
Yeah.
my kids get $350,000. My kids' kids get $350,000. That's what I'm talking about. Why not? We worth it.
Yeah.
Don't just give me $350. So if I have a child, I know my child throughout their lifetime, they're gonna get $350. Okay, they have a child, they get $350. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Give
like
me
a trust
one-time.
fund.
Don't give me a
like
one-time
a black
payment.
trust fund for black folks for life.
Exactly. That's
Every
what
time we have a baby, $350 up.
Exactly.
I like that.
I'm cool and I'm cool with that. You see what I'm saying? But don't give me no one-time payment of $350,000, and I don't want no installment payments of $350,000. No, put something in place where if I get $350, then my kid's kid, and so forth. So keep the shit flowing. Y'all got it. Y'all do it for anything else?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it as far as that.
Damn, I don't know.
That happened, man. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
But it's like at the end, I feel, in my opinion, we worth that. And that, to be honest, that ain't really shit, to be honest with you, as far as like our people.
Yeah.
But if that's the number they want to stick with, I'm saying make it lifetime. Make it lifetime. That's the demand aspect of it. Like, make it lifetime.
$350 up lifetime.
For every time you have a kid, they have a kid, keep it rolling. That's how I look at it. You just can't be comfortable with getting just a one-time payment or something. That's all. Because they don't do it with nothing else when it comes to their people. You see what I'm saying? They don't do it with nothing else. They might have to. Like, I was seeing something the other day. I forgot who said it. It might have been Umar, but I'm not too sure. And he was saying how, a black kid can go to college, right? Get a degree and everything. It's no guarantee that he's gonna get a job. But Becky, her daddy owns this Fortune 500 company. She don't even got to worry about going to college, because when he die or he gets sick, she gonna take it over anyway and run it. She ain't got none of liquor skills in the world. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just that sense of comfortability that we don't have, that they have as a people. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I think that if it was to be $350, I agree. I think we're worth a shit ton of money, honestly. But I think that money, like you said, you could give. I don't feel
like it should be a focal. I don't feel like it should be a focal point. But if that's,
I think it's more resources that we would benefit.
Exactly.
From.
I feel like we benefit more from the resources aspect when it comes to reparations talks. More the resources, like shit that really holds value.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No. I'm with you. I think I don't want to. I wouldn't turn down $350. So this ain't even.
And that's why I wanted to throw that in there, because niggas will listen to this, but like, oh nigga, you ain't turning down $350.
No, I'm not. I'm 100% not. I mean, hell no, I'm not turning down $350. But I know what to do with it. You see what I'm saying? So like you said, everybody don't have that. But I also think that it's at least the people that's like us that know that if they give you $350, put something in place to teach other black folks about it. But I believe we have the power though. So I always come from I'm coming from that energy. Like, well, no, run me them bands real quick. But you just got to jump through a lot of the hoops with your own people. A lot of it be us posturing and shit. Like, it be that. Because we could take, if every black person got $350,000, there would still be something to talk about. You feel me? Like,
always.
We would still have something. We would still be, because
for sure.
Money don't really fix. You find out it don't fix much at all.
Exactly.
So
and that's what my end point was.
I just think resources is where it's at. I think if you know what to do with your paper, then you'll be very resourceful. But if you want to line some up for your children, it's always going to be your responsibility. And I also think, because I'm tired of this. I'm going to say it again. Mm-hmm. Black Wall Street happened during some of the worst times for black folks.
And they took it away from us.
We could do it again. That's all I got to say. Mm-hmm. That means that the grocery man knew to go to the black doctor They knew to go buy it get their house built by the black construction work. Like, they knew to do that. We could do that again. All right? It ain't hard. It ain't rocket science. You just got to do it. It's literally that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Literally that simple. Period. I don't want to hear that we can't. I don't want to hear that we struggling from it. No. Niggas just got to get used to buying literally from each other. And then don't just buy from the person. When you go into the grocery store, you go anywhere, go meet the owner. And then y'all try to start a city hall. Let me give y'all a damn plan for it. This is how you really buy black. Get together, go meet the owner of whatever is black. And the other owner, go meet the other black owner in the city. And meet their kids. Just like the white people bring y'all and take y'all down to whatever it is, the River Bay or whatever it is down here.
Them sock investors
And
do it all the time.
let y'all meet their family.
They do it all the time.
Y'all do the same thing.
They might go to a game and just bring their kids around.
And then don't be offended if you got little bad black ass kids and somebody say something, because your kids are really bad and they black. It's okay. If we could get past that part, we'll be able to do even more things together, because we take too much shit personal. So get together with the owners, the people who own stuff in Charleston, and you black, link up. If somebody in the crew know that one of the person's shady, call them out immediately. Yo, you shady, so we need to figure out how to do business with you, but we all know you shady. That's how we do it. We know you shady, but you black, so we still need to make sure you move together. You got to tell black folks this. I'm going to tell y'all. You got to tell each other, we know you ain't shit. I know, like your grandma doing your family, we know our cousin Steele. Remember back in the day, you had a cousin that steal? That one steal. You know what I mean? This one do that. Just look your black brother in the eye and tell him the truth. Then you can move forward. All right, bet. I can't steal from these niggas. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. Everybody in the room's on them, but it still move the machine forward. You see what I'm saying? The business is moving forward. So all the black people get together, build your own city hall. Don't go get, if you feel a way, if you can, everybody can't build their own either. Damn, y'all got to work together. If everybody go build their own, especially when it comes to something like a city hall type vibe or an industry type vibe for us, we ain't gonna have shit, because we just gonna keep running off and splitting. But somebody got to accept that it's a chief, and then there's Indians, and then they got, some of them Indians are generals. You know what I mean? Like, they tell stories about generals.
Everybody can't.
You know what I mean? But everybody ain't the chief. It's cool. Yeah, they tell stories about Meek Mill, but they still love Rose. You feel me? They don't love him no worse. So us as a people, that's what we got to understand. Squad up, for real, for real. Especially young black men, young black women. Y'all just getting y'all credit score together. Link the fuck up. And then I guarantee you, we'll take care of the government. Will really start switching it up. Because then they'll peep that, oh no, mentally, which is what, I can't believe, I don't even want to say his name, I can't remember, but their biggest fear was us mentally. That's what a white man really fears, us in our fucking brain, because they know we will naturally work hard for it. It's in our blood to go out and pick the fields and do all that. That's just natural. So imagine if you knew both sides of the game, how hard a black man would work. All right, then. That's why they fear us. They not fast as us. The people think I say that I'm joking around. They can't run as fast as us.
No, it's in the DNA.
They can't jump as high as us.
Mm-hmm.
So you really think we're being outsmarted, or you think we're being crooked? I think we're being crooked, because I'm smart as fuck, and I'm black as fuck. And just because a nigga dressed a particular way don't make you any less smart or anything else because you black.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just different from the next black nigga, but I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? That's where I be at with this shit, with all of them. They doing it on that level. They black people link up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They got people out here voting. You could throw block parties for who niggas need to vote for if y'all want to get behind them. And guess what? Y'all have council people sitting in here with y'all. That's real shit. If y'all want to really, like, if you want to ain't capping, you can really get the councilman to sit right in here and kick shit on the podcast. Because he needs to. He need to tell the people that he trill. And y'all the people. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
Hell yeah. So I'm. That's why I'm like, no. I know.
I feel like it's a balance as far as, like, you know, establishing our own and also having, like, some type of force within the political powers.
Absolutely. But we talked about
because they put so much shit in place to hold us back and shit.
Absolutely.
Like
I ain't ignorant. I'm with you.
Yeah, but as far as, like, you know, as having our own, I don't want it to get so caught up in just the money aspect, because that shit can, like you said, it can help a lot of things, but it's still always going to be something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And as far the resources are always going to outweigh the paper itself. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm telling them damn police a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I'm always
so speaking of that,
police saying, them police a motherfucker.
How y'all feel about Diddy starting the black political party? A lot of people had opinions about that too. I don't know if you saw that.
If it's black, go over there and find out what it's about. At least go check it out. At least go see what the black man talking about. At least, because is it some shit in the game? Of course, it's some shit in everybody's game. You know what I'm saying? But where I feel would at least hear him out. Let's see what he talking about. And if he talking about something that you could potentially roll with, you know what I'm saying, be a part of. Because remember, voting for Biden or voting for Trump. I'm still picking between them, so at least let me see what this brother talking about. I haven't dove into it because
I haven't dove too much into it too.
So I ain't got time.
Yeah. A lot of people had the jokes on the TL. Of
What
course.
they say.
Oh, they say he couldn't even manage making the band. Danny Kane, but he want to run a political party. So that's easy though. That was an alley-oop. He set himself up for that one.
Don't they understand Trump the president? I hate when people do this.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's the president. Don't give Puff hell.
A celebrity.
Man. I fire my people up. Don't give Trump hell. I mean, don't give Puff hell when Donald Trump's the president. He's a celebrity, and y'all got jokes for Puff, a black man. I fire y'all ass up. ASAP. Talking about us, they got the apprentice nigga running the country. All right, ain't gonna hold me. Yeah, Puff. Some bad business happens. That's what I'm saying. Bad business is in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It be people with false expectations and feel like bad business happened. Oh well, I didn't become the star because I didn't such and such. I get held back because of false expectations. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't got 2,000 likes, so y'all can't be doing. I'm like, are you stupid? Mm-hmm. It's just expectations. You don't understand how the world works. You know what I'm saying? That's on. So when I see shit like that, I like to laugh and joke. If the joke was funny, I'd have got off. But.
I just feel like with Diddy, man, and this is me personally. I just feel like when it comes to that aspect of it, like when he talks, it don't do nothing for me. It feel like it just goes in one ear based off like you had this family talk on your network, but you had these white you talked about it. You had these white people on there, and again, it's like I'm at this point. I'm at this point with white people.
Monique hates.
I don't need you to have no sympathy for me no more. If you're gonna come on my panel, what are you doing? Let's start there. I don't need you to be like, oh, I know my people are this. I know my
Facts.
We've been hearing that for 10 years, 10, 15. Y'all, okay. Y'all got all the sympathy for us. What are you doing specifically as a white person to help move this forward? When I saw it, that's all. It was some kumbaya shit with Amy Schumer and all them boys up there. What is the plan? What are you willing to sacrifice as a white person to help us move forward? Well, if you hit me with a well, then you can go.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm at with it when it comes to white people, dog. Like, I don't need no more sympathy. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you don't have if we're just having a regular conversation, I know you don't have nothing, no capital or nothing like that to move nothing. That's cool. I'm not saying fuck you on that aspect. I'm talking about in terms of if you're going to have a panel like that with that big of a platform and that much prestige and all that money around there, okay, match that sympathy with your pockets.
Yeah.
What are you really willing to do?
Talk to me nice.
You see what I'm saying? Like, really talk to me nice. Because that shit that you do up there is performative.
Yeah, it is.
Like, are you really willing to put some work in? So when I see Diddy really talk about this shit, it's kind of like,
it's tough.
I hear you, but and I ain't gonna say fuck him. You see what I'm saying? Or throw him to the wolves, but it's kind of like, okay, match it with the actions. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. If you gonna have this, don't have no white input on this shit. Don't have no white people input on it unless they're really willing to put into work or they're really to roll out some percentages when it comes to ownership or some shit. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah. And I'm not saying they don't have to. I'm saying if they want to be involved, that's where we should be at mentally as a people.
Absolutely. Get their hands dirty. How you feel about that, Mo?
Get their hands dirty. How you feel about it, Mo?
No, I feel exactly how you feel. Like I can't get with Diddy telling me he want to start a whole political party when, you had, like you said, like you had Amy Schumer. Like who is she related to? Like how you have a family talk? Like who what blood does she share with anybody on that panel? You know what I'm saying? Like what skin does she share with anybody? Like, and like you said, like to take it a step further is like what are you willing to sacrifice as a white person? Because whether they want to admit it or not, like they live in a completely different world than us. So it's like, what are you willing to give up in order for things to be truly what it's supposed to be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gotta bring I always say, bring me a foundation before this thing even kicks off. If she coming up on the stage, we would like to announce the new Amy Schumer Foundation in Crenshaw.
Yeah,
you feel me? Because if y'all want to white it up and I did something for her, cool. You feel me? But Amy Schumer opened this building and everybody that work in here black. Like that's how it works. Thanks, Puff, and then they take a picture and then that's it. Like have them come in with something. But foundations, parks, because they got the paper, and you buying everything else, and it's good tax write-offs. You build a playground,
and you damn sure getting the deals because you got 60 M's from Netflix, Amy.
I tell you what, you know what I take for all my people? Go and build all of us gardens. Build all of us gardens so we can grow tomatoes and all that stuff. I'll take that. That's what the next foundation I want. Like, put gardening in and make them do that. Because that's one of the largest tax write-offs to man. You can write off so much of it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would take. Like, every time some next person comes up and wants to do something, I want a garden program. Yeah, I would ask for a garden program. I want black folks to take it to the children, teach them how to garden right now.
Gotcha.
Right now. Because it's just one of the most, it just brings in so much income.
You know what I think be good for kids coming up?
What's that?
Like, having a lot more engineers, man.
I'm with you.
You can never not go through time without needing some type of engineers. Like, that's like how you say gardening.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with it as far as like the youth and the kids like coming up, because a lot of us, we came up. Our thing was music sports. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that, but I even see some commercials. Like, I remember Bron had a commercial some few years back. Like, we got John Walls, we got LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? We need more engineers. We need more doctors. But engineering, I feel like is such an important thing, and I feel like if you could get a lot more young black kids to have that type of foundation to fall back on, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's a solid foundation, being an engineer. So, like you say with the gardening and shit like that, if you could put something in place like that, that could be major too.
Y'all, I mean, I don't know when you went to high school. When I was in high school, I still feel like to this day, one of the most valuable things they gave to high school was like I think it was like work corps, job corps, or something like that.
Yeah, vocational classes.
And it's so that people could go learn how to do stuff themselves. So I guess that's more so where I'm at. I don't want.
Got you.
The brain is powerful, but it's a lot of very smart black people who still can't get hired for some shit.
Yeah, and they got it.
What an engineer's brain could do with a garden is masterful if he dreams a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
That together?
And that's where I be at. Like, he could go get it, but the fact that he took that class when he was a child, or we got this foundation for our people to build it, he now knows, I could piece this together for myself. And then the things that I don't know how to do, I hire those people to do, because that's what the other people do. Like, that's how you build a business. If I don't know how to do something, I don't say, I can do it too, because you can. Yes, that just doesn't mean you're as good as the other person that does it. So if you want your business to move forward, you go get them. That's what we got to do as people, for sure. Just like it's the same thing. I go engineers, come back, he starts dreaming. How can I flip this? Oh, okay, bet. We build gardens everywhere, and we tomatoes and all that stuff, and now we trading with each other, and we started a little trade, and we buy all our, you know what I'm saying? Now we start a black grocery store, and all of the process, all of it comes from this guy. You know what I mean? Now he's a billionaire, but he's Ed from around the corner. We know him. You feel me? Watch what he about to do. He about to paint the block. Not a block going crazy. You know what I'm saying? He bought everybody houses, such and such, everybody on their feet. Utopia. You know what I mean? And that's one. That's literally how it can happen in real life, no bullshit. You literally just explain, and then now we own, and now we can build in that part of the world.
Exactly, because they look at us, they see we entertainers, we rappers. You know what's so crazy? I saw this thing on Netflix last night with James Baldwin. He had an interview back in like 1968. He was talking to this white guy, and the white guy told him, was like, people will look back and see Negroes, they're entertainers now, they're athletes, da-da-da-da. If you're like, what do they really have to complain about? So crazy. You're still asking this question today. That was 1968. You see what I'm saying? And it's still, if I was a black person sitting there, I would have been like, okay, and what does that mean? You see what I'm saying? Like, still to this day, you have all these athletes, you have these rappers, you have these entertainers, actors, whatever the case may be, but still a lot of work that needs to be done.
If I may, though, y'all, respectfully, the entertainment is still one of the biggest, most lucrative businesses in the world. Like, I guess this is my mentality towards it. If that's the only thing they let us in, but it's the biggest and most profitable, then we should understand and use that to our power, because that turns a doctor. Like, that's why you see the artist kids be nothing like them.
Well, the money could trickle down to do other things.
Exactly, because I don't want my kid to do this, but this is where they pay us. Like, it's just I can get an engineer in my family through entertainment
Do
of
entertainment,
any
do
sort.
anything. Yeah, and I'm not
Of
saying
any sort. It don't gotta
I'm
just
not
be
saying
rap,
that,
but-
because a lot of sports athletes, they might start a program that has nothing to do with sports.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them do that.
Exactly.
You know,
Because we want to be known
Yeah.
for more than that.
More
We
than
we
that,
are
yeah.
more than that. But this is the back end stuff. I know people, bro, no bull, get paid to like they're chilling, just chilling. You're producing shows. You do a podcast for a living, and you chilling for a living. You fix the camera. You learn more about sound so you can make sure your shit, and then you live. That could really be a thing in America. You see what I'm saying? Oh, all right.
Gotcha.
That's what I mean. Like it's that simple. So because of that, it's like, yo, it's an understanding of what to do with your bread, like how to take the money.
It gotta be a productive cycle. Like come
it
back
always
around.
has to be.
Yeah.
Whatever you got going on. If you around somebody not doing that, especially at this part of your life. As children, I understand, guys. I understand. It's my homeboy. He fly. He get dressed. I bet we did all that. You know what I'm saying? I feel y'all. But at this point, if you ain't maximizing what you got going on, you tripping. And the entertainment industry is the way. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Use it. Just like they do to us. Use this shit, black folks. Stop looking at it the way you're looking at it. It's fucking you up. Girls, if you need to buy ring lights, get in front of them ring lights and let them folks in and get them checks rolling for y'all. But stop getting on the internet flexing like you don't gotta do it. Yes, you do. You know what I'm saying? I seen that mattress on that selfie. Yes, you do need that check. Get it. You feel me? And don't be, if you stripping, whatever you doing, get your paper. Just make sure you got yourself together, because that's who really is gonna be about. People meet cool strippers. Some niggas meet Cardi, love Cardi. You know what I'm saying? She did what she did. Cool as fuck as a person though, because niggas is older. We older men now. You know what I'm saying? We know certain people did what they had to do. That's respect.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
You got anything more on that, Mo, or we good?
Nah, JC kind of hit it on the head, honestly.
Yeah.
Word.
I definitely think you should start fucking with this music again. And not rapping, but just something I was watching in regard to A&R and shit. So I definitely
That's what Mo want to do. I
won't rap with you about that, because I know your ear for real. You done already done it, so just want you. That's why I was like, yo, shoot me a text so we can rap for sure.
Yeah, man, that's my dream job, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear right there, for sure.
So speaking of that, we had some new music, some real good music come out.
What drop?
We Benny dropped. T.I. dropped the album that was real good too.
Okay.
I like both projects, to be honest with you. Even that track,
dope.
It's
yeah,
dope.
he had his son on that track. Family Affairs, I think it was. Don't quote me on that song. I don't have my phone on me right now. But he had his son Damani on there. He was spitting like a motherfucker on that shit.
Okay.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, the money got off.
Yeah. One thing I say about T.I. when it come to music, man, that nigga, he don't got not one whack album. And what I appreciate about him as far as a rapper, he never sounds outdated.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think, he almost done spanned he's going in what, year 19? Like, since his first album dropped in 01? Like, he's going into 20 years, and he has never sounded outdated, dog. And, like, I just got to give him his props for that, dog, because when I listen to this album, production-wise, rapping-wise, he don't sound out of place. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these niggas can't rap with Lil Baby on a song.
Yeah, no.
A lot of these niggas can't get on a track with, 42 Doug and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, T.I. never sounds outdated on no album that he's dropped, like, post his prime. Quote-unquote prime. You see what I'm saying?
That's a lot, because, like you say, like, he can rap with 42 Doug, Lil Baby, and still hold his own weight with Rick Ross, like, consistently.
Yup. That track with Ross was crazy. Yup. It still give us that prime T.I., prime Rick Ross sound, while also having these other young niggas on your album. Like, it's really like that's not easy to do. And we seen it. A lot of artists can't adapt with the new times, but with T.I., it's like he just do it so effortlessly.
I think that's why T.I. said he was the Hove of the South. Like, because Hove does that.
Shit,
Hove,
he said that in what, 02, 03?
He, like, T.I. knows how to, okay, I understand that there has been new times past me, you know what I mean? So I need to take my sound, keep my sound, but I got to understand how these young boys, you know what I mean, these pockets that they're in, and respect these young boys, because T.I. know I was once a young boy. You know what I mean? T.I. understand that. That's what Hove did. Hove traveled. Remember Hove? He came from up top. He did the track with Jermaine Dupri. You You know what I'm saying? He came down, them boys moved around. That was intentional. So
Right.
what T.I. does is move around the whole ATL. Once they squared away all them beefs, he get on the track. I heard somebody, I think Rory said it. Young Thug and T.I. don't miss for the most part.
Nah, they don't.
Them boys get busy.
Nah.
Thugger and T.I. gets busy.
Hell
So
no.
if that's what's taking place, dog.
That
like,
shit is
come on,
fire.
man. And then I just looked on here, saw a song called Respect the Code. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Ross and T.I.?
Yeah.
I know that's hard. I don't even got to listen. Like, I ain't even heard it yet. I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah.
That beat is crazy.
I can't wait.
On that song.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
And it's not forceful. Like with T.I., he just blends with the times so well. It's like when I hear him rap, I don't feel like he's trying to make me feel like he can rap, like proving it. So like Eminem,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Eminem, he's still trying to show niggas that he can rap, and he has not aged good at all. But T.I., he has aged like fine fucking wine.
Be rapping
and
still
he
at the
can
warehouse.
He could continue to put out music, and then not be like, oh, look at this old, listen to this old motherfucker still trying to rap with these young niggas. Nah, it's never been that with T.I. over his last 5-6 years. Like, has never been like that.
Yeah, he's smoking, Joe, man.
Yeah, he's smoking. Go ahead, Mo, my
He's
bad.
smoking crazy.
Oh no, you good. Like that. Just to piggyback on what you were saying. Like it's a certain like level of comfort that he got. Like it's not like the young dudes taking his light. It's more like
They mesh.
sharing it with them. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, they mesh.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
He-
I got as far as like that music shit, man, I got nothing but respect for T.I., man. It's always been like that.
Yeah, he gets busy, man.
For sure.
Yeah, he definitely gets busy in that arena. That's why I think he was calling for that. That verse is so crazy.
Oh, for 50?
Because he knew.
Yeah.
Certain niggas knew that was a hit. He was like, this is a hit. You jump out here if you want to, 50. I got hella music. And T.I. do. You know what I'm saying? And it crosses
He got
over.
way more music than
Way
more music than 50.
Yeah,
For
respectfully 50, but
Yeah, respectfully.
T.I. was going to get busy. And then he dropped this, you know what I'm saying? This track's on this that Cats is like would probably beat. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Yeah, that shit with Lil Baby is hard as fuck.
T.I.'s next level.
That
man.
shit is hard.
Shout out to the A, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Atlanta get busy.
Mhm.
Them boys they keep getting, they aging well because, believe it or not, it ain't that much hate when it comes from the Atlanta rappers. Like, they actually, like, admire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people from other places because in Georgia, like, they learn they genuine about trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
And he
when
branches with everybody from different, like you said, different.
Exactly.
Like, he got a
Exactly.
track with Benny on there.
Yes, Benny, yeah, exactly. I
Yes,
see
you know what I'm saying? So T.I. and Benny on the track together, and then you on the track with 42 Doug, then you on the track with Lil Baby.
Yes.
You still in your,
Yes.
you know, when you was at your peak, you know, doing shit with Ross, you got that on there, like that's still there, and it's
Yes.
just like it's just a complete like
Body of work.
complete body of
That's
work,
what it
man.
is,
I gotta
bro.
salute T.I. for this project.
He did his thing.
He did his thing on.
I ain't
this
even
shit,
hear
man.
it, and I know he did his thing.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
called
the way y'all
Libra.
talking.
Yeah, it's called Libra. It's real
No,
good. It's real
It's a
good.
really good project. And
Okay.
like we said, like Damani did his thing on that album too.
Yeah, he did.
Damani surprised me.
Damani,
His
that's
son,
his name.
Yeah, that's his son. I didn't know he could rap that well.
Let me see.
He did his damn thing. And Benny, shout out to Benny. You know, I said it
Oh,
before.
Family Connect. That's
Yeah,
the
Family
name of the
Connect.
song.
I'm
Okay.
gonna continue to
Alright,
say it
that's
like he's by far the best member of Griselda, man. Like by far, that album was spectacular, man.
Oh shit,
That shit was real good.
spectacular on him.
That shit was good. That shit was good. Like straight through, no skips. Like
You've been saying that lately a lot. You said that about
I mean, he's really been
21
in his
Savage
bag.
joint,
He's
Benny
been
the
he's been in
Butcher.
his bag, man.
This is the second year in a row. Then
Yeah.
you got an album of the year contender.
mm,
Like that shit is real good. Like the shit with Wayne and Sean, that Timeless, that shit is fire. And Wayne tapped back in '07 on that bitch. Like that was like that ain't no post 2012 Wayne on that record right there. For sure. Mo, I'm lying?
Nah, he did his thing. He did his thing.
Wayne Road on that.
Yes.
Yeah, he did his thing on there.
The shit with Freddie
Benny
Gibbs was
album
fire.
too, man. Meg, how you feel about Benny album?
Shit, I didn't hear the whole album incomplete. I just heard the singles and they're
okay.
fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I knew you gonna sit down and take it in soon.
Right.
So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm just waiting. You know, waiting for the buzz to die down. Get that objective
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come through.
Right.
Yeah, let me see what we talk about for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, respect.
You was bumping that 21 when you pulled up.
Yeah,
though, right?
man. 21.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
We
We
just
talked
got
about
a
that
couple
last
days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sold
How you
it to
feel
me.
about
Shit. I bought it because of you. You was
Oh,
like,
okay.
you ain't switching.
Yeah.
I heard riding was going crazy, but I told someone a while ago. I think 21 Savage is the modern day Gucci. Like I've always said that. People, it don't matter what he dropped, what's going on. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You ain't gonna say much. But everything you like, you gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? And he just dropped one, and it's slapping all the way through. You know what I mean?
Salute to him because all his songs hit top 100.
Yeah.
Every
So,
song on the album hit top 100.
the
So
modern day Gucci man
salute
is
to him.
21 Savage. I will definitely stand on that. He's the young niggas modern day, cause he mean what he say. Then he had the people come get him from across the water. They love him. He solidified. In my opinion. Like 21 Savage is one, and then he instantly flipped. Like he started teaching. That's how you knew he wasn't really trying to keep shooting and killing niggas up. He was more so, or rapping about. He was more so really trying to elevate, cause he was like, I ain't wearing jewelry. Like I'm off that, or my watches would cost $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like he moved into that realm instantly. That's how you know, okay, he trying to move forward. What he doing? Then he gets a Grammy. Then they dropped the video for riding the Grammy. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that 21 Savage is 100% aware of what's happening. Mm-hmm. That Grammy being that video, he did that for literally for black people to see. This is what a Grammy really means. Mm-hmm. It's a trophy. I took it to everybody in the hood. They felt this energy. I took it to everybody, but it's literally this big. This is it. So that's what all the hype's about. And now listen to me talk about shooting niggas up and all. You feel me? Like that's what 21 did. I respect 21 heavily, dog. Like heavily. Because now I don't believe any of his cat. And beating that, dropping good music like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the albums. I even like Issa. I heard you say, Mo, you wasn't. I was cool with Issa. You know what I'm saying? I just cool with the Young Niggas project because it don't feel like Cap. None of what 21 saying feel like Cap. It don't feel like Cap at all. And Gucci don't feel like he capping. You know what I'm saying? And Gucci was when we was younger. Mm-hmm. So I'm tapping into when I was young, when Photo Shoot came out. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, some other the classic joints that hit when we would be at whenever them clubs. I can't even remember, but some of these clubs out here, Gucci going crazy in the club.
Actually caught a body
Gucci
like in a
do
real
the
situation.
dishes, you know what I'm
like,
saying?
He actually went through some real shit. Yeah.
Gucci had a body.
He just dropped a compilation album with the new artists on his label.
Oh, okay.
I don't really hear too many people talking about it, but
gotcha.
He did drop something though. He
moving into mogul mode on them boys, because he had always been helping. They had plenty of stories saying Gucci had always been helping, but he wasn't trying to come and be underneath me, so on such and such. You know what I mean? It was just love. Mm-hmm. Now that he doing that, he gonna level up in Atlanta. Yeah, he about to level up big time. If Gucci got a label interior like that and he putting it out like that, they about to run it up because Gucci got all the respect. You feel me?
Oh, Detroit and Michigan about to run it up too. They got some talent out there too. Shout out to Michigan. They got some talent out there.
Shout out to Detroit.
Flint got some talent out there too.
Yeah.
Flint, shout out to them niggas. So yeah.
Shout out to Cash. She gonna definitely make it shake out there.
Mo, is there any other new music that we didn't touch on that you probably heard?
Nah, I mean, besides what everybody been listening to, like you said, I've been on that Detroit wave hard. Peasy just dropped a new album. Well, he dropped the album like last week or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. That balling out of crime. What else, man? That's about it, really. I just been listening to what I've been listening to. Besides, the new stuff that's been coming out.
Got you.
I'm still listening to that 21 album. That's one of my favorites.
For sure. Yeah, I'm definitely spinning that 21. I'm still spinning Sean shit. I'm definitely gonna be spinning Benny shit. Yeah, man, it's been a good year for music so far. It's been a good year for music.
Yeah, they got a chance to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
They can't stop ripping and running. This is really what pay their bills, and they should remember that when the world open up. This would really pay your bills. This is why all y'all music backslide, because the world opens and y'all forget to sit y'all ass down. Mm-hmm. But when you sit your ass down, you get 07 Wayne in 2020.
Yeah, man.
See what I'm saying?
That was really in his back on it. I was, and me being a Wayne fan, I was just so happy to hear that nigga really. And I always tell nigga, I'm like, dog, he's still capable of getting in that bag. I just felt like on certain shit, he just didn't really care to. But this ain't the same nigga like that was on, the last previous projects we done heard. Not to say those projects was bad, but he really just, even like his voice, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just the hunger sounded, it was there on this track.
Yeah.
Like, how Wayne was like really rapping like he was a hungry nigga from like old 03 to like 09 and shit like that. Yeah, that's what that was.
That's why they got on the track with Benny. Older niggas do that. Like young niggas give them that energy, like it reminds them of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
Wayne
Benny
in
raps
there,
like a nigga who hungry, bro.
Yeah, Wayne
he
in there
do.
like I can't come in here and pussy monster y'all to death. You feel me?
Yeah.
Wayne got to come in and go crazy. He got to come in and snap because he know Benny's fan base is gonna be talking crazy about Wayne if he don't. You know what I'm saying? Because Benny fan base is the rappers, the ones that say some of Benny fans say Wayne the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So he better get on Benny joint and go crazy, and he did it as such. That's how you know you're a vet.
Can't come through with them coochie bars, man.
Nah, no coochie bars from Wayne on this one.
Nah, Wayne said he cool on that one for sure.
I'm gonna let you get in your bag, man. Your boy won his fourth.
Oh
so
man,
go
what's
ahead, get your
up?
shit off,
Nah, man, I'm
get your shit off. When we had this, when you was on the podcast in June, you was anticipating the bubble, like, hey, Mike, this shit here is gonna get. And you told me, we said we gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
So now this is the time for the conversation, man. So go ahead, man, get your shit off.
Hey,
Man.
listen, man.
I need you to get out everything.
What
I need you to get out everything.
What you say, Mo? Go ahead, Mo. What you say? Go ahead.
Just keep it real, man. It's been entertaining, watching you tweet, your thoughts in real time during the whole playoff bubble, man. Like, I can't front, man. It's been some of the best entertainment that I ever had.
Ooh, that shit has been hilarious.
Hey, man, you relentless, man.
Hey,
It's a fifth coming.
hold on. 2012, we won our respect. 2013, we won our respect. 2016, we won our respect twice. And in 2020, we won our goddamn respect. That's all I got, because that's all that happened. All that happened was what the hell I said would happen. They would go to a gym where basketball was the only thing that would matter, and you would find out who cares about basketball.
You saw it crumble mentally.
And you saw every single thing happen, just like I told you.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want to hear about no player that missed. I don't care about no injuries, because no injury was that major this playoff run. Everybody showed up. The heart of the players, the people who were dedicated to winning. That's why a fifth seed made it, because it spoke highly to their
dog
culture.
mentality.
It totally spoke to who that organization was ran by. When you
And
looked
the
at the end of
coaching,
it, you saw Pat Riley upstairs,
And Eric
when you
Spoelstra.
looked and Eric Spoelstra, you looked on the other side, you saw Lakers. You saw, because those are the organizations that still to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like it's rooted in basketball. It's rooted in we're great around here if we got that energy.
Well, I knew you was eating it up when the Clippers lost.
Oh well, see the Clippers. Here's the thing about the Clippers.
Did you think it was going to be 4-1? Like, I mean, just lose 3-1 lead like that? Though?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, my God.
I honestly wanted the Clippers though.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you
I at
did.
one point attempted to duck the Clippers because now they're the funniest. Those are the funniest. The Clippers are the funniest. First off, the Clippers have literally never, like ever, since you've been born or anybody. Matter of fact, since the NBA been around, the
Won
Clippers have
anything.
never won anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then what really surprised me, I was wrong. I got to admit, I thought the issue was going to be Paul George, but hearing that Lou Will and them had an issue with Kawhi makes the most sense to me. Cause first off, oh yeah, let me get my shit off. This is good. Yeah, this is good. Cause I want to just take this and I'm gonna take it all the way to college just so it makes sense for y'all niggas. First off, they call one man the chosen. We ain't talking about no other player. We talking about all players that play right now.
Mm-hmm.
We call one of these man that was a phenom on the front of Sports Illustrated out of high school. We've been watching him forever.
Shit, his first commercial they had him with Legends.
All right, bet. This is still basket. So now we're not dealing
His
with
first commercial they
we're
had
not
him with
dealing with
Legends.
fans. We're not dealing with none of that stuff. We're in a basketball bubble. Kawhi Leonard misses 20 games. These guys play every game. Mike, if you went to work every day, and I use the same example, if I only had to come to work 25% of the time, but you had to always be there, you going to feel a way about me unless I really moved the needle. I got to be LeBron. Right? You got to really, you know what I'm saying?
Move the needle.
Because
Yeah.
Pat Beverly, he said it to y'all twice. He said, bruh, if LeBron say we not playing, there's no way a Clipper should say that. If it would be if Kawhi say we not playing, we not playing. If Kawhi is really that man of the league, but when another player says,
Mike, what did I tell you, Mike?
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah, you told me that
and
yesterday.
they respect it because them niggas is they real niggas. That's why I'm like Montrezl Harrell, they real
Yeah,
niggas.
Mo told me yesterday he don't think that, they probably respect Kawhi on that as far as like that level.
They know he not Bron. That's why they looking at it like, nah, the hype may have you like that, but we in the locker room with you, Kawhi. You not that man across there, but we got to go outside and act like it because we squad.
This is ugly on his.
Oh
resume.
my god! And nobody wants to say nothing.
Nobody wants to say.
Oh my god, man!
But it's ugly on his resume though, because it was expectations for them to win the championship.
The Rockets, what they gonna do with the Rockets, man?
The Rockets feel like they completely fall.
They about to blow the Rockets up. They about to blow it up. Everybody's finding out that James Harden, while a very good basketball player, originally was a sixth man on Oklahoma City Thunder. That's how he came into the league, y'all. Yeah, that happened. That ain't me throwing shade. That's the facts of it. He was the sixth man, earned his keep. Yeah, he did MVP. He did his thing. They made him a star. Yeah, man, that shit ain't finna get you no shit, though. Yeah, nah. That shit ain't get you no shit. And Russell Westbrook, he should always win Hustle Player of the Year. You got your triple double.
I at least had that shit going 7 games.
Yeah, I know you were wrong, though. Yeah, you were wrong. That's why I like to be. That's why they talk too long. When they be on TV, they talk too long. Don't talk back and forth to Skip. No, Skip, I know what you thought. You was wrong as hell, though. And then let's move forward. Because this is what was right. All right? So let's just move forward with what was right.
I still had the niggas winning, though.
Who?
I mean, at the end of the day, there was no expectation.
That's what was more disappointing than you. You knew. And that's why I don't like. If you know something coming, don't be putting no other fake argument in the way. Because that shit ain't real.
I felt like that was a legitimate matchup.
Didn't
You said before the bubble kicked off that would have been a legitimate
That was
matchup.
that was the only one.
Yeah,
And I said over the Clippers and everybody.
Was they expected to beat the Lakers? Let's be real.
Who?
Harden in them boys.
Mike, no one was expected to beat the Lakers.
That's why I picked them to win
But everybody didn't act like it. And I got all y'all on tape. I got y'all on tape. I got y'all too on tape and talking stupid.
About who?
The Lakers about to. Who did you bring up? Did you try to bring up Daniel House? I don't know what you had going on.
Skip Bayless brought up Daniel House.
You was there sounding real crazy.
That Daniel House hill.
Oh my god!
I didn't die on the Daniel House hill. I didn't bring that up.
Listen here, man. All I know is when the league open back up next year, respect our mind, and yes, repeat. Okay. Yes, if you would like, yes. And why? I'm not terrified. I'm not afraid of the Knicks. I meant the Nets. The only team, like I said, I'll be terrified of is if the Heat somehow get Giannis. Because what Giannis needs to understand is he will win a championship if he decides to be a number 2. Giannis don't need no plays called for him. He don't need no. They don't need. Go ahead.
How do you feel about everybody speaking so highly about the Warriors? And I get it. The Warriors are still the Warriors at the end of the day, but it's still a lot of what ifs with them.
I think that mojo is gone.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think that mojo is gone as far as like the Warrior, like quote unquote the Warriors.
The fear.
Yeah, that shit ain't. That shit ain't.
I've been seeing a lot of people say that the Warriors are still, a top 2 to 3 team in the West, like this season when it starts.
But
back.
they could be. They're 100%. They're definitely. I mean,
2 to 3. Yeah, they could.
Steph and Clay still play there, and they're gonna still play their style of ball. Like they're not gonna bring in enough of a name where it becomes ISO ball. They're gonna.
They got Andrew. They got Andrew. They can get him on.
I could actually see them trying to keep him and make him Harrison Barnes again. You know what I mean? A more athletic version of Harrison Barnes. But exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Harrison Barnes on steroids. But he don't got the engine. That has always been
it's disappointing. Yeah, it's disappointing.
So, and that's not, me, it's his play. It's trading around this kid like he's not a number 1 draft pick.
He had the ceiling like Tracy McGrady, which I saw.
Yeah.
But it's like his engine ain't, like you said, his engine ain't.
I put T-Mac, unathletic version to me is James Harden. Like,
as far as scoring?
Just period. Like, if the fact James Harden just plays one-on-one, and T-Mac plays completely different. But with what their careers will be sold up to,
I thought about that the other
without
day.
a ring. He's an MVP. Yeah. He's T-Mac with the MVP. Like, that's who James Harden is. That's what it is.
I don't see that as a shot, though.
But to answer your question,
it's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a fair assessment.
I think the Warriors are going to be all right, though. Culture-wise, they played team ball. They was killing everybody ahead of the game. I think the game's gotten bigger again, and I think that they're coming off injuries. People will be able to guard them because they're just smaller. You know what I mean? They're not freak of nature athletes. They got to use a lot of their wheels to get open. So you got a torn ACL trying to come off of, you know what I mean? So I think they get them taken deep out in that water, that Western Conference Finals water. I think that's where we'll find out, you know what I mean, about their health and things like that. Like, and it's just because it's real. Like, this ACLs is, foot bones in their foot. These guys have really been hurt. And since I'm sitting here with a torn Achilles, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm like, I'm not really. The KD situation is interesting, like, because it's a mental aspect to this shit. You know what I mean? You tear something, then you got to go on the basketball court. If you ain't never tore nothing before, you never heard nothing. It's a different energy when I really need to step across and rip through on LeBron right now and go dunk on JaVale. But damn, you know what I mean? Like, is this so? It's one of those things that a lot of they got to beat. That's gonna be tough. Kyrie's injury prone. Like he's injury prone, and I really can't wait till they get if they were to get to the finals, because then the defender of who he is, which is what nobody's gonna talk about all year, is going to become a stain for the Nets. Like, his defense is going to become a huge stain because in the finals, it's not about who you can cross over and ooh and ah. In the finals, you notice that I was telling y'all, it becomes about 2-point buckets. Jimmy, remember? Twice? All twos? That's what playoff basketball be about. That's why the regular season be hyped because ain't nobody really guarding y'all like that. But when I'm guarding you and this shot got to go in, you get closer to the basket, not further away.
The intensity kick.
Absolutely. That's basketball. So when you see a man go, that's playoff. That's the difference between playoff basketball and regular season. When playoff basketball begins, everything slows down and moves closer. Regular season, we don't really care what happened. Now, the bigger teams, the teams that are like the Lakers, the Clippers, the teams who are getting themselves ready for the playoffs, they're practicing plays. Like, everybody has a different like, everyone on the court ain't trying to win the same way during the regular season. That's just not the truth. Because certain people are implementing other things. The Lakers didn't even adjust during regular season. They would just do what they would do. And if they lost, they would lose. You know what I mean? But most of the nights, they would win.
They made a lot of adjustments. I give Vogel some credit for that.
But I think we talked about it, why they was crushing the Lakers staff and saying that Jason Kidd was here to take somebody's job. They got a bunch of head coaches, which means you got a bunch of leaders on that bench. You feel me? So they know how to be number two as well. Head coaches know how to be a number two because they were a number one. That's like some empathy there. You know what I mean? That's like being a leader. Like, look across. I would like a bunch of head coaches as my assistants.
I definitely see a repeat coming, though, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I like one. I like one. I think the third one's going to be the toughest. I think the third one's be the last time anyone calls Bron the best in the game. I think this is the last one.
You ain't really over that convo, though? As far as, like, that Jordan Bron shit?
No, I'm talking about in regular NBA.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about all time.
I don't even discuss it because I don't discuss that shit. The way I feel about it is what I feel.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
Yeah, but in regards to the regular NBA, I think it'll be this year. It'll be a pretty good one. I think AD goes crazy next year. I think AD goes MVP level next year. I think Bron them will pull off the Chris Paul situation. I've always sort of in my soul felt that before it even happened.
Banana boat.
They gonna really banana boat it, and plus CP need that ring. CP, no, he don't retire with a ring. It's just you could be NBPA, you could be Olympic all you want. You don't get a ring, CP3, you can't come in this room. And him and Bron still, I mean, that's that man godfather of this child and shit. So, and they NBA tight up top. That's gonna happen. That's just how I feel. Yeah, you know what I mean? I can't see him going to the Clippers. He rode that horse already. He ain't going back down that.
No.
And the only team that he would restructure,
and Doc going,
and the only team he restructured a deal for would be a situation where his boy is there.
LeBron, yeah.
Exactly, because he not going to us to not win a ring. You feel me? Like
I feel you.
So he know if he go out there rocking with Giannis, that's cool in Milwaukee. But KD and what's name could deal with us. He know that. Chris Paul ain't crazy because he done played with Harden. He done, you know what I mean? He done took the Thunder and did what he did. So I think the Nuggets are going to be good next year. I like the Nuggets. I think the Warriors will be 2 or 3. I think the Clippers slide. And just to tell the truth about the Clippers are the team, all right? The team, somebody, like, they come to the gym and they all hustle. They all play real hard, right? And they talk a lot. And probably 5 of them, like, out of the 11 of them can fight. Like, when you young. Like, as if I can try to relate it to that type of team. They dogs. Everybody talk about them. They got 2 niggas that probably made first team and then another dude that's honorable mention. Because that's what those dudes are. One couple dudes first team, but who they were up against. Like, at the core, you could tell if a basketball player is better literally through how they came. Y'all say Michael Jordan's the best player of all time, right? Cool. Where'd he come from? Came from North Carolina. It's like he came through North Carolina. Then he went to Chicago. It's in his blood, right? Certain guys be number 2s for life. Paul George is a number 2 for life. He was a number 2 when they tried to make him a number 1. Remember?
Yeah, because Danny Granger was a leader.
You feel what I'm saying? Like they tried to make him. He's always been that. Kawhi Leonard is a beneficiary of greatness. Period. He's a beneficiary of the Spurs, that ilk that they cut from, and guarding. He even got MVP for guarding greatness. Like that's what he got. He was never more. That's why Pat Beverly and all them had their opinion on him.
You don't feel like he gets a little bit more credit though for that because he was able to do something DeMar DeRozan couldn't.
Fam, no, KD and what's name wasn't there. DeMar DeRozan would have beat LeBron them if LeBron wasn't there. That's a fact.
I mean, well, look at DeMar DeRozan in San Antonio. Them boys barely getting in the playoffs.
Because it's tough in the West. It is. It's tougher in the West. Every night you got Dame Dillard walking into your building. Here come Russell Westbrook walking into your building.
But that's what I'm asking you. So could there be a little bit more? Because when Kawhi was in San Antonio, he was in the playoffs every year.
He was with them guys, bro.
I'm talking about post Duncan and them. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so then let's go back and look at the West. Like I just put it all in order.
I mean, he got hurt in the first round. Well, the Western Conference Final against the Spurs. But other than that, outside of that, he was in the playoffs every year.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the Bucks was number 1 in the East.
No, I'm just asking as far as like him. You don't feel like him being. I feel like Kawhi Leonard. I don't feel like Kawhi. I never got on the train and said that he was the best player in the NBA. Like even when he was hurt, even with KD now, I don't do the dropping a player down when they get hurt. Like when Kawhi Leonard got hurt, a lot of people just dropped him down significantly, and I was one of the only people who was like, nah, he's still that man. And then when he won the championship in Toronto, everybody just went crazy. You had Colin Cowherd saying that if he win this year, he's top 5 all time. But it's just like I feel like with Kawhi Leonard, he's not in the Jordan, LeBron, Kobe class, but he's right up under there. You see what I'm saying? Like I have to give somewhat of that credit because if you telling me he's in the same class with Paul George, with Jimmy Butler, I can't say that.
He's a one. I mean, if you make
he's a one guy.
If you may keep it 100 bean, yeah, I could put Jimmy with him.
Okay,
I watched Jimmy Butler carry a team to the finals with nothing else. With no name, he took a couple young bulls, some energy and some heart to the finals in a bubble where basketball matters. So yeah, I'll take Jimmy Butler for sure.
But then he did the same thing too, though.
Huh?
He did the same thing too, though, with Toronto in the same conference.
Oh no, y'all ain't gonna act like Pascal Siakam ain't somebody. Y'all ain't gonna act like Van Fleet ain't somebody. Y'all ain't gonna act like that. I mean, y'all ain't gonna like Kyle Lowry ain't been in the Eastern Conference Finals.
But I'm saying
that matters.
But I'm saying though, if you're gonna give Jimmy Butler that same just due, ain't like he had a whole bunch of like no names on the Heat. They got some names on the Heat. You see what I'm saying?
Who? You know me. Pull them up.
You mean to tell me Kyle Lowry and Dragic is not in the same? In the same class? Nope. How are they not?
They not. They just not. Like Kyle Lowry's an Eastern Conference. He goes to the All-Star often. He goes to the Eastern Conference Finals. Dragic ain't doing that. He's a journeyman. He's a very good journeyman. Yeah.
I put Bam and Pascal in the same class.
He just saying, but okay, cool, but athletic, like y'all see that projecting it on him, but Bam ain't did that yet. Pascal Siakam has already done it. That's fact.
But what I'm saying is what Jimmy Butler did and what Kawhi Leonard did on their respective teams is kind of the same shit, except Kawhi just won a ring. Jimmy Butler didn't win a ring. To me, it's the same thing. So if you're going to give Jimmy Butler credit for doing that, then everybody's saying, well, Kawhi did it when Bron wasn't there. Well, LeBron wasn't in the Eastern Conference this year with Jimmy Butler, but y'all give Jimmy Butler all this credit. Why Kawhi can't get that same just due?
Well, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you talking to a nigga that tell you, I don't think the Clippers
I'm just talking as far as
ever win anything ever.
The same thing,
man. Every history repeats itself. Go back, look up the stories. There was another time when the world was hype on the Clippers. Yep, it happened. They probably made the playoffs, and all the hype ended in the second round. I ain't dealing with the Clippers, man. They hired 2 number 2 hitters. Kawhi Leonard, very good. So you
don't feel like Kawhi Leonard is a franchise player?
No, because he's not a leader. He's not. The leaders of teams do everything. That's why you either hate or love the leader. There is no middle ground on the leadership. It is what the fuck it is, dog. Mm-hmm. If I'm running shit around here, I'm gonna take up the brute. I'm not gonna be the quiet man. I damn sure can't live in San Diego and fly in. Even if I'm low management, I can't fly from a whole nother city and hold y'all up.
So who's the franchise players in the league right now?
Franchise?
Who's franchise players right now?
I like, obviously, the champ, of course. I ain't gonna lie, I earned a lot of respect for Jimmy Butler. I like Tatum. I can't really give it to Tatum just yet. And it's just more so that Duke blood in him. That Duke is creeping in there. I'm not really big on Embiid or Simmons. I think a lot of those cats were just getting rich. I think they're talented, but I don't think they really understand the blessing that they have yet. So I don't think they are really valuing basketball the way they should. Because Embiid should be a monster, like period. Like franchise do it all. Harden, Chris Paul, Bron.
Kevin
Yeah.
Durant,
KD, but KD's
Steph Curry.
Steph, like those type of guys, the elder statesmen of the league.
Giannis?
Those are not really. Giannis still a kid, man. Giannis still really trying to figure things out, and people gotta let him do that. They gotta let him figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, because they trying to put too much on the kid.
I think the Lakers got two of them.
He's AD and Bron.
So it's Bron, AD for me, KD, Harden, Steph.
I'm sorry, man. You got to pass the ball to the big man.
Yeah, that's what I'm
something.
saying.
I don't think AD's gonna.
I feel like I'm missing
carry it.
somebody.
By franchise player, you mean like can do it? They're gonna do everything.
Like you say, be the man. Like
Yeah,
you feel like Kawhi Leonard is not a franchise player.
Yeah.
I feel like Kawhi is one of those players.
I feel like Kawhi Leonard's one hell of a teammate. That's what I feel like.
As far as potential
Yeah.
franchise players, I would say Tatum, Luka, Trae Young.
I like Luka's energy. I learned a lot about Luka in the playoffs. I think next year Luka be very good in the playoffs. He learned that in the playoffs they don't care about what you did in the regular season. He didn't know that. You could tell because of how much he was getting on the refs. You could tell he didn't know.
Luka also learned that they don't care about how you feel neither because they gonna beat your ass.
Exactly.
And his defense gotta get better.
Yeah, I don't think he was used to that type of play.
Not at all. But next year I think they got a big problem on their hands because that young man gonna really like overseas. The way they play in the playoffs is the same way in the regular season.
He loves basketball.
Yeah, he loves it.
He loves basketball.
He loves
Luka's
it.
gonna be better.
Luka
Yeah.
was the white kid in the hood that he was the only white kid out there on the court that you know what I mean, because he's not afraid of anybody. So I like Luka's energy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's deceitful how he gets to the bucket though. He just don't look that fast.
It's really crazy how easy it is for him to get to the bucket.
Right? But in the playoffs, it was he still was getting off in the playoffs.
When you really watch him get to the bucket, it's like how is he doing this?
I don't know, but he get busy though. I think him and KP are gonna be solid. I actually think they don't need anything else. Honestly, I think that the Mavericks are. They can get maybe a swing.
Somebody got to lose in the
swing
playoffs, man. Somebody got to lose in the playoffs. Everybody just can't. You could just have all the pieces that you need, but you're gonna lose. Sometimes somebody has to lose.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So a lot of teams really don't need a whole bunch of adjustments. It's just about,
In my opinion, I think the Mavs cool because Tim Hardaway was killing. He was killing this season.
Who?
Tim Hardaway.
Oh
Tim
yeah.
Hardaway Jr.?
But they need a swing man. They need a Trevor Ariza type, because KP is too tall to be that on the defensive side. He could be a help side block guy, but they need a two-way guy that could, like Kawhi. Oh man, if Kawhi was in Dallas, whew, them boys be unstable. Them boys be untouchable.
that ain't going nowhere though, cause
D Rose trade to the Lakers more likely this season than last season.
That's crazy.
that'd be crazy for my boy to get one.
I definitely take D Rose.
But I mean, as far as Jimmy Butler and Giannis, that'd be good. I feel like Giannis is a franchise player. I feel like he got to grow more mentally. With Jimmy Butler, man, his
game just don't got.
Jimmy Butler is a great, but he's not a guy that I would look at like if I was in the NBA draft. I'm picking him to build my team around.
No, you just want
You
him
know
on
what
your
I'm saying?
team.
I just want him on my team.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
in that aspect, and he comes from, grinding. He went to community college. Then he got a scholarship offer to Marquette. He got drafted late first round. He grew from a project, not even necessarily a project. Like he was just he's like a tweener type guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he
D-Wade.
elevated. He grew. Yeah, he grew his game and shit like that. So I give him a lot of credit because a lot of players haven't done what Jimmy Butler has done, coming from where he came from. He wasn't a top 5 pick. He wasn't projected to be this great player, but I just feel like he's good where he's at, and it's not an indictment on him to be like, a number one guy. I don't think Jimmy has to be a number one guy. I don't look at him as a number one guy. I feel like if he gets a number one guy next to him, it'll make him even better because it'll take the weight off of him for having to see like what he did in the playoff. That playoff game, he had all this 40 and shit like that. Like he did it, but he wasn't able to do it, for
Yeah,
to
he
win
can't.
4
Yeah,
games.
No, it's not greatness.
I seen certain play like I seen Dwayne Wade do that. I seen
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade down 0-2 in the finals and do it 4 straight games. You see what I'm saying? Because he has that superstar ability in him to do it. Jimmy Butler, not to say that he has to be Dwayne Wade. It's okay. You are who you are, but he's just not of that ilk.
But of course, I mean, I know Wade did what he did in all the points, but Wade had teammates, and he had some good ones out there with him. So Jimmy ain't have what's name had, but Jimmy had the will that Wade had, and that's really
He'll always have will.
That's what you need, though. You need that in a couple teammates, and those guys win a bunch of championships. I'll take Jimmy Butler. That's all I'm saying. I'll take him. I pay him. He is. I'll take him. Period.
I think Embiid is on the outcast of that too. Like you said, I feel like because he should be a monster as well.
I think it's because they're international players, man. And I've always felt like I feel that way about Giannis, and I feel that way about Embiid. Like their idea of domination is what America has told them, like versus what they know it to be. Like Giannis.
I feel like they came
Giannis.
over here expecting it to be royalty.
Like the shot that Giannis threw at Harden a while ago. Only reason why I bring it up because it just tells me you look like you learned how to joke watching people joke on people. It didn't look like it was genuine. It didn't have the sarcasm. It's like you just learned how to throw a jab at somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Then when James Harden gave it back, that's how you deliver that. You feel me? That's how it's delivered, Giannis. It's like watching Coming to America with these cats. So I'm like,
and then when Harden threw his back, Giannis was on his nice guy shit.
because he doesn't really know how to do that dance. They don't really know how to do that dance. They cool people. They international people. Yes, we all share same pigmentation, but you have to admit you grew up different than us. You know what I'm saying? Embiid, they telling you a boss, but Embiid is too caught up in the highlights, the commercials. It's just, you don't need nobody to tell you. He doing them. Shaq would do the commercials and then go give you 60. Yeah. But they don't understand that. That's why Shaq is Shaq, because he was doing it on both places. You see what I'm saying? Shaq had 900 commercials, and then Shaq had 900 points. You see what I'm saying? That's what Shaq was doing.
I see a lot of slew of that going on in terms of like I see like in football with Baker Mayfield, he got more commercials than fucking Aaron Rodgers.
And then you see they cut him this year.
Nothing.
They cut him this year. It was not that many Baker Mayfield commercials. And Baker Mayfield made a joke about it on Hulu. Y'all said I'm doing too many commercials.
Right now. Them boys 4-1 right now.
Yeah. He did say that on his Hulu
He said on his Hulu commercial. He
Yeah.
said, y'all said I'm making too many commercials. We true. It's true.
Just get out here, get it done.
Yeah,
man.
get it done. Then do that stuff.
Right.
Hit the ground first, blood. You got to hit the ground first. Yeah. Earn your keep around here. That's all they say about it. That's why
what I'm
they
saying. Like, why you at the table with Aaron Rodgers? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Like, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers got a commercial together. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can't respect the Aaron Rodgers, and not saying that they do have one, but I can see Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes at a table together, and he's, 3 years into his career, but he's Super Bowl MVP. He's a league MVP. He just signed for $500 million. He possibly could get another ring this year, but Baker Mayfield is like, my nigga, what have you done?
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
And even Patrick Mahomes will tell y'all that he's at the table with Aaron Rodgers. See how that works? Patrick Mahomes would say, I'm at the table with A-Rod. It wouldn't be the other way around because it's a respect factor that them young boys
And when I look at Patrick, it's like you said with Shaq. Patrick going to give you this on this commercial,
Absolutely.
but he's also going to give you this on the football
Absolutely.
field. And that's what separates Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield
Absolutely.
for me, because at the end of the day, you was the number one overall pick, not Patrick. Nope. Patrick was just a guy from Texas Tech with a big arm. You see what I'm saying? And only person who knew what Patrick Mahomes was going to be was Andy Reid. And that's what you got to get. Everybody be on this, nobody knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be this. Nobody knew. It was Mitchell Trubisky, Deshaun Watson. Those were the guys in that draft that year. I remember clear as day. So when the Chiefs traded up from 20-something to 12 to get Patrick Mahomes, I'm like, okay, Andy Reid must know something, because I don't know who the fuck this nigga is. And I didn't know he was going to be what the fuck he was going to be. So at the end of the day, you just got to – that's where you separate it. And like you said, with basketball, it's like, motherfuckers separate themselves. And that's why I said a few weeks back, it's going to be a possibility that James Harden going to retire ringless, and that's cool. Yeah. Everybody can't get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't retire with a ring. Everybody can't retire with a ring.
Plus, man, these cats they got different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gave it what I gave it. They may get one later. He may change his game up so he can get one. You just never know. But then when you change your game up, you got to be comfortable losing all that people are talking about you. You got to be losing popularity.
I feel like he'd be more better suited with him going back to his mid-range game before he got D'Antoni. So when he was under, I forgot who the previous head coach, he was taking a lot more twos. You see what I'm saying? Like his mid range game was
Mikal.
Mikal. He his mid range games was a lot more utilized versus under D'Antoni. D'Antoni took him and did make him a point guard, and that did give him another element to his game. Like I would say that, but as far as like utilizing the mid range a lot more, that'd be more beneficial for
If I was
James
coaching
Harden.
James Harden, I'd give James Harden a 7-second rule. I give him a 7-second rule, and it would always be off some sort of action. Like he would be coming off of something, not have him dribble it up. He'd be coming down off of a pin
ball,
down
yeah.
because of how dangerous he is. But
As a scoring, yeah.
but what's happening is people think because you're dangerous, you got to always have the ball.
Ball in your hand.
So his game is good. It just needs to be put in motion. It's not in motion.
A lot of
It
people say
stands
he'd be
still.
more beneficial off like
Exactly. That's
off
what I
ball,
just put
yeah.
him in off ball. But he can still at the end of the game.
You
is
can
when
still get your points being off ball, yeah.
but you can get it on ball too at the end of the game. Now it's time for the game to slow down. Then hand him the ball. Can't nobody stop him. Now you're using his powers to his strengths. You use him to the strengths for the team. But during the game, man, I have him coming off flex screens because by the time he catches it, you got a defender running at James Harden. Now he's already at an advantage. He got pity pat. So if a dude's coming off a screen trying to get to James Harden, that's different than him at the top of the key and 3 men are looking at him. I don't care if you score 60. If I put you in motion, if you that bad, you're going to score 65.
Mm-hmm.
Your average is going to go up because your points are going to be a little bit easier. But if that's what all James Harden, he needs a coach. James Harden need a coach, and it got to be a coach that them dudes respect. You feel me? Like, hey, this is what you're going to do because this is going to work for you. But that's all Harden need, and all Russell Westbrook need is the same thing.
Do you think LeBron's 4 championship boosts his legacy, or it just remain where it's at?
No, of course it's boosted.
You think
Anybody,
so?
yeah, anything that adds, you know what I mean? Anything that
First player to win with 3 different teams.
Come on, yeah, of course. I think the next one is where we're just, like I said, the 5th ring you're moving into. It's just not even about the guys that are playing in the NBA now anymore.
Mm.
When he goes to 5, and especially if he gets his 5th MVP. I don't think he will. I think this,
And that'll be multiple on 2 different teams.
Yeah, I think this is the end of it. Even though I don't feel the same way everybody
Man,
else
he
does
might
about
can play,
Anthony
He might
Davis.
can play to 40, man.
No, but I'm talking about at the Finals MVP level.
Finals MVP.
Yeah, I
level?
don't see him wanting to, because he's very much a realist. He's very much a realist, I think, because he know once he start working out the way he work out, his body's literally gonna receive everything that he's done to it. It's just,
Naturally.
exactly.
Naturally.
So he know he can't hold it off forever, but he know that they still working. You see what I'm saying? Rich Paul, Maverick, it's a lot going on.
He's 35.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So his son getting ready to come. Like, I'm just thinking, it was business move. If we would keep it a buck, it 100% has something to do.
That's
with
what I think.
business.
Like, and when
But
I
it
said
just-
that, I think a lot of people took it and just mask it as,
Yeah.
okay, Mike is saying that it was 100.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. Of course,
No.
the nigga want to win a championship ring,
Yeah.
but you understand what I'm saying.
it was a business move, but basketball's a part of his part of the business. That's what everybody got to understand.
Yeah.
LeBron's job, ain't nobody watching his shows, listening to his nothing if he ain't winning no championships.
You think
see what I'm
so?
saying? Yeah, because that's on the level that they want it.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple people will. Yeah, you could be. No, I ain't gonna say no name, but yeah, you could be whatever player tiered out. But if you want to be LBJ, yeah, man, it's 3 days after the season over, you gotta be back in the gym. Because Rich Paul and Maverick are talking to business people right now. They out signing Trae Young right now.
So for you, where does this put him on Lakers' greatness?
I think he got to get a people one more, just because of the Lakers fans.
So
or the
where he's
Lakers
at right
fans.
now?
Well, I don't know wherever they got him at. To me, if there's Shaq, there's whoever the
Just
top
run off
four.
the names for you.
Oh, Shaq, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Kobe, Bron. That's where where it's at, and that's complete respect with everybody else. I think I said Kareem, Magic. I think I said Shaq and Kobe, right? I think I got the big dogs,
No, you.
and then Bron.
You right.
Yeah, that's the
I would
truth
throw
of it.
Will in there.
Yeah, but I mean, he's cool, but he would be 6.
Okay.
Yeah, these dudes would be 6, man. Yeah, y'all ain't finna put Jerry West top of the game with 1 and 9.
And that's all I've been saying, man.
And dog 1 and 0.
Bro, and I'm like, bro, this man is 1 and 8 in the finals. If
Yeah.
LeBron was 1 and 8 in the finals, we would never be having this conversation about LeBron at all.
No.
So how is LeBron? How is Jerry West so much better of the Lakers than LeBron already?
Come on, man. They know
You
he
know what
not.
I'm saying?
They know he not, Mo.
He did a lot, man.
It's all bullshit.
But I was just talking about with the franchise itself. But I mean, as far as his legacy, man, like him winning a third on a different team, like never been done as the man. Yeah, that's a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you.
2 different conferences.
Yeah. Both sides of the coast, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I really do think they're gonna repeat though.
Yeah. I don't got no energy for nobody no more, honestly, when it comes to basketball, though.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean that respectfully. I don't got no more energy for, like, not for the back and forth.
Yeah,
this
it
was
is
the
what-
last
it's-
year
it's
that I was
proven.
going to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was proven.
Yeah.
It was proven.
Shout out to True to Your Soul.
Golden days.
Oh, days. I always go back to that. Because all that shit y'all said, y'all was wrong, too. You know what I'm saying? So, eat it and deal with it.
I think
Eat it and deal with
I
it.
think for LeBron, and I always said this, as far as like the rings aspect, the ring is I always felt like the Finals MVP really solidified a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys can get the ring, but if you was the Finals MVP and you got multiple Finals MVPs, that says a lot. That really says a lot to the greatness of you as a player. Like, and for him to have go 4 for 4 with rings and Finals MVPs, that says a lot, because that tells me at not one point in the final stage had he slipped off.
Nah.
He was able to rack up every Finals MVP, every championship he won.
He was blocking Russell Westbrook shots and dunking on Russell Westbrook. That like yo, it's 17 years, man.
Mhm.
What's going on right now, B? It's just some different energy, man. It ain't even nothing to be on no. I ain't never seen this before. I'd be lying to say, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen this. None of us have. We need to roll with that though.
He's
'Cause we ain't
outlasted
seen
everybody in his class.
And he's still hooping.
Mhm.
Not only is he outlasting these cats, he's still at top of the. That ain't no cake. That ain't no riding. That's just some facts. That's nuts. That's like y'all dominating. Like it's like Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all cats is running Drake. Like Kanye, you cats is still around. You know how many rappers only be around 3 years, 2 minutes?
Facts.
These dudes been around our whole lifetime.
Whole lot of time.
Come
Still
on,
putting
man.
out quality work.
These dudes is that's what's greatness. That's all it is.
2003.
Come on, man.
You talking about rap? Shit, it's hard for rapper to maintain
Come on.
like for more than 5 years.
Let's talk about it.
That's
Who
why
left?
I always talk about like when it come to Wayne. It's like when I talk about a peak rapper, there's not a peak rapper reaching that level in his prime. People say, well, his run. I'm like, you talking about a rap run like that shit? How many rappers niggas be hot for a year, 2 years? We talking about a nigga who was consistently 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, the best motherfucker out here, hands down, for 5 straight years. Ain't nobody else really did that except for Hove. And then you had Drake come and did his thing. But a lot of these niggas can't maintain. That's why I talk about with T.I. T.I. has always...
Yeah, T.I.'s one of them.
He's never been a nigga to not put out a whack project.
Yeah, no
and
projects.
it's a lot of rappers who put out... They got more whack projects than they got good projects. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you can remain consistent... Ross is another one. You see what I'm saying?
But
I used to shit on Hood Billionaire. I would go back and I listen to Hood Billionaire now.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate that album in 2014 like I do now, because that album is really good and it aged well over time. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he
Ross
don't
probably
go. That's
wasn't
another
talking
one
to
with
you
not
then,
a
too.
with a bad project.
Ross probably wasn't talking, you know what I mean, to you at that time in your life. Because Ross,
I felt like it was
Jay-Z,
rushed at that time, maybe because we had just got Mastermind, so I really wasn't grasping it like that. But Hood Billionaire is a really good album, man.
Yeah,
it's a really good
respect.
album.
I don't got nothing. The dudes that know themselves, T.I.'s or Ross's, what they doing, they not trying to be out there and be nothing else.
Mhm.
Them dudes always gonna give you good projects.
Always.
Because they're content with saying, like, I think there was some footage with Ross where he was like, yo, they like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like this.
And
they
he
like
never
that I
sounds
do
out-
this. You know what I'm saying?
He never
So,
sounds outdated either.
Right.
let's do this. Let's keep doing this. Let's make this good and make this current for the people. But this is what they like. This don't make me whack for giving the people what they like. The people pay my bills. It make me smart for giving the people what they like. You know what I'm saying? If it's trash, that's a different. And trash is, that's a thing based on the individual. So, but Rose will make the decision on that. If it's bad and the way the MMG shit look like it's ran, they not doing much capping to each other. You feel me? So I expect their projects to be solid as a collective. You know what I mean? Like, I expect Meek's projects to be, for the most part, solid. Wale's to be solid. You know what I mean? Solid overall, just because of the energy that them boys got in that room.
Yeah, man.
Rose get off though, man.
Yeah, he do.
Rose ain't missing. Rose stunted on that verses. I know that's old, but he stunted on that verses. And man, Chains, I rock with Chains heavy. So
But this season was one for the books, man.
yeah.
One for the books. Like
Oh,
I
he's in
said,
NFL, NBA.
yeah, one of the greatest rings, man.
Yeah.
Hardest to win too. So
Yeah,
we'll
it was,
definitely see what's kicking for next year. We got anything else, man? Before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. I think.
JT, you a Cowboys fan, right?
Yeah. Say again. Come on, man. I'm trying to get off this podcast. I'm just trying to He trying to close it out. Nah, yeah, of course, yeah. I'm a Cowboys fan, big time, big time. No, I'm just playing for sure. No, I am for sure.
Nah, he definitely a Cowboys.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Sure.
It's just I'm at a point in my life, like you gotta accept certain things. Like we talk a lot of trash to Mike, you know what I'm saying, about the Bulls, and they ain't won since, you know what I'm saying. But the Cowboys ain't won since the '90s either, baby. And just because the world call them America team, they are, you know what I'm saying. But we still ain't won shit. You can be America's team all you want. It's actually worse to be America's team and still getting your ass kicked like this. So I'm at a point with Dallas where they just need to show me. Period. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about the Dak injury?
For the team, actually, I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win more games, like more impactful games. I just because Andy Dalton, why Andy Dalton didn't win in the playoffs, he won in the regular season. And Andy Dalton he's beyond capable.
No, he is.
Yeah,
he's solid.
He's not
solid.
even. This is not even a like. You know what I mean? It's not
he's
hyperbole
solid.
to say that Andy
he's
Dalton
solid.
could go in a deep playoff run. Because he was with Marvin, who knows what was happening there? I mean, Pac-Man was over there. There was a lot of stuff that took place in that locker room. Yeah. But that's
they had some solid teams, but they just couldn't get.
That was a dysfunctional team.
Exactly. So I think I really
Andy's
believe it
in
or
a good
not, I like
situation.
Andy Dalton because I'm one of the people that
You
believe,
like the signing actually.
I believe that I'm still a person that believes that Tony Romo, that next year in Dak's first year, I do believe Romo we went to the bowl that year.
Yeah, because y'all lost in the divisional. Y'all
I
had
believe
a great team that year.
And the only reason we lost because of the duel, like it was young, and Dak got started late. But if Romo could have stayed up right, and he had Ezekiel Elliott, I really feel like Tony Romo, or he would have threw an interception like he do. But Romo would have did more than what Dak did.
That was a real good team that year, 2016.
Yeah.
That was a real good team.
They tossed one in the air on that one. But tough for
so
Dak.
you're rolling with Andy, huh?
Tough for Dak, but I'm not mad. That's why you pay your backup $8 million. Because this is football.
You do got to invest in a solid backup.
And Andy Dalton actually got wheels. I mean, he actually run a little bit. He's not no little dude. You know what I mean? I
respect Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I respect Andy Dalton.
I think McCarthy is my problem, or whatever his name is.
Mike McCarthy.
I didn't think he was going to be my problem. I didn't think he was going to be my
Y'all
problem.
just got to get the defense together. Y'all could put up all the
But
points.
he know that. That's why I think he's my
That's what I'm
problem.
saying,
Because
yeah.
he didn't care about that in Green Bay, but the only difference is
You
you
can't
don't got
bring that
Aaron
here.
Rodgers. You cannot care about defense when you got Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
So now all your flaws are showing because Dak ain't A-Rod.
Exactly.
That's exactly what the issue is.
And y'all still putting up 38 a game and still losing. Y'all got to get the defense together, yeah,
Lord,
for sure.
our
Who is the
defense.
DC anyway?
Who?
You don't know?
No. It's not who. I don't know those people.
That's a great point you bring up though, because if you got Aaron Rodgers, you like you said, you
a
don't
lot
have
of
to care
flaws
about
get
that.
covered up. Yeah,
But your defense at Dallas, and y'all got some dogs. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but
what
not
the
in the
fuck happened?
secondary. We need a coach in the secondary. Just one. Earl, somebody sign Jerry. Jerry, please sign Earl Thomas. I don't care if he punched two teammates in the face.
McCartney definitely hid behind A-Rod for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. A lot of coaches did that, but he definitely did that because he could score a lot of points, Mo. But you're not coaching the team. You just over here scoring points. You are Mike D'Antoni with a ring in the NFL. That's who you are.
That's a fair
And
comparison.
you're not Andy Reid because Andy Reid
got
was
it
Mike
now.
D'Antoni.
I said that before on the show. Yeah,
He
yeah,
was Mike D'Antoni.
He was Mike D'Antoni.
He was the new guy with the who
Mike
Chip,
McCarthy's Mike D'Antoni.
Chip tried to
now.
come in and do. Chip Kelly tried to
That didn't last
outdo
long
Andy
at all.
Reid. That
Yeah.
was a hot. That was
Hot
Chip
mess.
Kelly was the wildcat. You know what I'm saying? Of coaches, and now
Yeah, Mike McCarthy definitely is Mike D'Antoni.
McCarthy is
Yeah,
Mike
he
D'Antoni,
He
and that's
is.
what we got. Some more hype because he's not coaching the defense at
No,
all.
he's not.
Are
He's
you
not.
even saying something to them? Is my question.
But y'all can score all the points in the world. Y'all definitely can score. Ain't like y'all ain't got the dogs on offense. Y'all got the dogs on offense.
And y'all play football. Y'all know what it was like when y'all was younger playing. Like, yo, the defense getting dragged. Y'all talking shit to each other. So what you think the NFL locker room is like? Yo, y'all getting y'all ass but you feel me? Come on, man. They need to get it figured out.
They gotta get it. Yeah, y'all can still win that division too. So
Yeah, we should win it.
Drew know what that's about.
What did you say?
I say Drew know what that's about, innit, Drew?
oh, Drew got beef with Phillip Rivers right now.
Damn right.
Drew definitely got beef with them boys, right? With Phillip Rivers more so. Yeah, if y'all get somebody to stuff. I mean, y'all paying D. Lawrence all this money. He ain't getting not one sack.
Well, because that's what happens when they give you the check and then you get double teamed. Now they know you that man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's when you find out who that man is. When you give him the
But
money,
my whole thing
you
is,
still
other
gotta do
niggas
it.
can step up on the D line. That could be more beneficial to D Law. You see what I'm saying? So, and like you said, you get one in the secondary. I mean, my God, it's just like niggas just letting them run free out there in the secondary. Like, what the fuck? And I think it's more so a mentality, like you said. Mike McCarthy put that mindset on them like, hey, fellas, we can score these points.
Yep.
So DBs ain't really want to get up on that line and press no receivers and run for them for 10, 15 seconds. But you have to. You have to run with a wide receiver 10, 15 seconds, nigga. Like, you have to do that.
I don't know what they're doing. There's no way you could just keep being that sorry.
No.
That's what be my problem. Why they score 30 on you and then next week
The Giants?
Come on, man. They score more on you. No, I'm just talking about whoever the team is.
Mhm.
Like,
But I was more so shocked with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, my nigga, like, no, y'all won that game, great. But if you got Andy Dalton in a situation with Mike McCarthy and you got Zeke Elliott, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Gallup, there's no excuses why. Okay, Dallas could put up, Dallas could put up 35 a game. Okay, why the fuck are we giving up 36? Mike, you should be in the defensive coaches meeting.
that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Now,
you should be
the
defensive
coach's
coaches.
job is to coach the whole team.
Bingo.
The head coach is the CEO. That's what CEO's job is, to make sure that people got the tools they need to succeed, not just be an offensive coordinator. If he wants to be an offensive coordinator, then be an offensive coordinator, Mike.
And if y'all win y'all division, we'll see y'all there, man.
And we probably we gonna get our head kicked in. I don't believe in nothing. I don't believe in nothing with Dallas. Nothing with Dallas. I like Andy Dalton. I think we'll go on a serious
I put
winning
y'all to go
streak.
to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, you did.
I
And
did.
I appreciate that.
This
but
season.
That's just
For sure.
That's just not. If that happens, you know,
It wasn't like y'all didn't have it. Y'all definitely had it on paper, like, for sure. So
I don't know what we got.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know what
It's
we
a
got.
defense. It's just a defense.
I
Though.
watched Amari Cooper cut a route short. And
You think y'all got issues on
through
offense?
the interception. I'm just saying that it just. Oh, you know what? Here was my one theory towards football, though, that I think is true. I think they missed the preseason. I do feel like
I
that.
tell people,
And I think a
don't
lot
take
of
the
teams,
preseason for granted.
I think they sacrificed the preseason
Don't
with the
do
first
that.
4 games of the regular season. I honestly think that. I think certain teams
You see
knew,
it, right?
nah, we need it. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
injuries and things that happen in preseason or happen in regular season. Like, that's a major injury, but that's
and the thing is, with preseason, you're
drill
not
time.
playing full games.
exactly.
So if I could get my starters in for 3 series,
Yeah.
cool.
Get my feet
But
wet.
Get the.
Yeah, get your
You
feet
can't
wet.
take preseason for granted, man.
Nah.
I was never against getting rid of preseason.
Nah.
Never.
It's not a big money generator, but it ain't about the fans. It is about the fans,
Yeah.
but
But
the,
bro,
the
I'm
football
coming in.
players need preseason.
I'm coming in playing 65 snaps off rip.
And I'm coming off the street doing that. Because I've been at the house, I've been
Exactly.
drinking, I've been doing
And I've been
everything I
in
ain't supposed
practice,
to
but
do.
that ain't full game shit.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
And that ain't full game speed, none of that. So, no, I'm with you. You know what I mean? I love my team, but I mean, that NFL movement,
Zeke a dog, man.
Zeke, you know,
Zeke a dog.
them dudes, man, Cowboys just got to come. They got to come up underneath, man. They
I
got to
feel
come
you.
to the top. But until they do it, I can't watch them on Sundays. I ain't gonna lie. I got too much other stuff to do now. Because they just make my blood pressure go up and down. Y'all know what it's like. Y'all, everybody in here love football. Y'all ain't gonna flip on me when your team on that bullshit. How you feel? I bet. I'm tired of Dallas doing it to me. At least some of y'all got some rings. You done been to the Super Bowl recently. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been in 20 plus years.
Got you.
I ain't got nothing to talk about no more.
I just need one. I just need one.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah. Mo
I
got
ain't
5 of
nothing-
them.
I
No,
ain't got
Mo
nothing-
got 6.
Look at, yeah, he a Patriots fan. He
He
don't
got
even know how
6.
to. He doesn't even know how to relate to me.
He got
Hey, I'm
6.
chilling, man. I'm
He's like,
chilling,
what?
man. I'm chilling.
The poverty that the Cowboys live in and shit.
Hey, Mo, I told you, man, when Chill become fans of people teams, man, bad shit happen, man.
Hey, Till became a Patriots fan, and we done had 18 COVID positive cases, man. I'm not understanding this, man. I told Till to carry that shit on, man. So we done had to close all our buildings and all this other stuff.
Y'all
man.
play today, though, right?
Yeah, we playing today. Cam play today too.
Gilmore back?
No, Gilmore not back, but Cam back.
How many games Cam miss?
1.
Okay.
then
One.
they canceled
He missed
one.
I'm on this Cam for MVP train, so
I respect it.
I'm on the Cam for MVP train because I don't want them. Don't try to belittle what he got going on because what he doing, he been doing.
They would have beat the Chiefs had he played.
Yeah, and seeing how that game.
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
Cam like he the Superman all on them boys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You saw
Yeah.
what the Raiders did to them boys, right?
Oh, they whooped the Chiefs.
Boy, Raiders put 40 on the Chiefs.
Damn, Raiders ain't got no defense for
The
real.
Chiefs never really beat us up like that. That's why I was trying to tell people, like,
Yeah,
do y'all pay attention when we play the Chiefs? It's always a close game. Like
yeah,
that game fell apart towards the end, man.
yeah. Okay. Belichick's one hell of a coach.
Hell of a coach.
He's a hell of a coach.
Hell of a coach.
Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it.
I'll
Old ball coach.
I'll say this about the Raiders though: if John Gruden can get that early 2000s mojo back within that organization, there'll be a problem.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the early 2000s, they was a problem. They just didn't get it done. But if he could get that in the way they playing, they look like they don't fear the Chiefs. And I saw that on Sunday.
Yeah.
So when they went into and they put 40 on them boys while also playing defense,
Yeah.
like I saw a team that John Gruden finally has a hand on now.
Yeah.
Like they buying in 100% now.
Well, you got to remember, that's what it used to be. Like,
Yeah.
it was the Raiders. And they was punking everything.
Oh, when I was a kid, I was scared of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Like, that team had a mojo about them that, okay, like, it wasn't just, okay, they're the Raiders. No, it was, they're the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, for sure.
And they coming to kill some shit.
And they fans is too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fans gonna fight. Yeah, that's a big deal. That Kansas City, that right, yeah, man. The Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see the Raiders return, like you said, return
To
high.
greatness. I would like to see
greatness.
that.
I would just like to see
I
a
would like
little
to see
balance.
that.
I wouldn't mind Dallas being good again, but that would mean Buffalo would be good again. You know what I mean? Things
That's
like
next
that.
team. Them boy playing real good.
Yeah. So, but the NFL is in a weird place too right now. Like, think about it. Who's next after Brady this year? I mean, Mahomes did his thing, but we're talking about like the dynasty team.
Like, who's the next guys? As
What-
far as young QBs?
Yeah, I'm interested from 20. No, not the QB, just
Oh,
the
okay.
team, franchises. Like,
I would say the Bills.
you think the Bills are the next franchise?
They could be.
Of the 2020 to 230s? Huh?
They
The
could
Buffalo Bills?
They
I
could
would never
be.
put my money in Buffalo.
I mean, I said
That's
could
like
be.
bad stock.
He could be. Because what Josh Allen is doing, he's proven himself to be a franchise quarterback. Okay, now you got a defensive-minded guy,
Yeah.
Sean McDermott, who I wanted us to keep, but, you know, coordinators outplay their position. He's doing a great fucking thing up in Buffalo. So
I agree.
if
but
they can get their shit going, they could be that team. Like, I'll say they'll be like, I'm not saying they're going to ring off a whole bunch of rings, but they're going to be there in the discussion.
So you like them in the AFC East?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Right there with New England, but I like Buffalo, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the Chiefs, I mean,
I mean, it's there to lose, but
I hate to say it. I do like the Cowboys because their talent is young.
yeah, y'all got
Like,
it.
I'm talking about moving forward.
Yeah, y'all
But
got
I
it.
do genuinely hate to say it because I'm a Cowboys fan.
Y'all got it.
But, I mean, team-wise, like building, I think that there's just certain teams. There's certain teams that got pieces that need to get younger at quarterback.
The Saints.
Yeah.
Cause I'm about tired of this Drew
It's time
Brees
for
shit.
Brees to- yeah.
All that racism and that shit done caught up to his ass.
Yeah.
That arm ain't slinging like how it used to.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus your team, man. I don't care what you say. Everybody don't feel that way. Like
Bro,
when,
we don't
when
feel
your-
the same
when your
no more,
team
man.
come out. Yeah, your team. Everybody in the
Yeah.
locker room. It's just not true. Locker rooms aren't like that. Locker rooms are still individuals.
Mhm.
But what it is they just keep the team in mind, and they like, all right, this for the team. But if I get traded, I slap 5 from this motherfucker. Like, because that's just how they genuinely
Yeah.
feel. But they like, yo, I'm not finna mess my money up on this stupidity.
Stupid shit, yeah.
Nah, that's facts.
You see what the boys doing? Speaking of DC, how them boys doing Dwayne Haskins? So now they done bench this man, put him at third string,
Yeah.
and then Kyle Allen came in,
Yeah.
got benched.
Yeah.
Alex Smith came in, didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of shit I be seeing, especially with the black. That's why I'm excited about the black quarterback, because the top quarterbacks in the league right now are all black. All of them. And I don't give a fuck who you say. You throwing Brady in there, cool. Aaron Rodgers, cool. But a lot of these top
Lamar.
Cam, Lamar,
Cam.
Teddy doing his thing.
Yeah.
Like, Teddy leads the league in completion percentage. And a lot of people are saying he couldn't throw the ball deep. Well, he lead the league in deep passes completed too. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to see a lot, especially more so for Cam. Me being a Panther fan and how Cam went out, I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't want to see him get traded. I didn't want to see him go. It is what it is. At the
I
end
got
of
the
the day,
Patriots winning the Super Bowl.
it's very doable.
And I'm a
very doable.
Cowboy fan. I got the Patriots winning the Super Bowl.
Because Belichick is going to handle his, but now he has a dynamic guy at quarterback he never had
They
before.
never
so
had a dual threat. And
These motherfuckers just got to catch the ball up in New England. That's all.
Because one thing Belichick is not is stupid.
No, he's
He ain't too proud. That's why I think he's a good coach. He coaches everybody to their strengths. He just don't let you try to bullshit him to what you know you're like.
because
but
if
he's
you
really-
bullshit, you going to the bench.
Yeah, and you gonna know you leaving.
Yeah,
I like it. You gotta go.
You gotta
because
go.
it ain't about you. That's what I really like about that
Belichick,
team. It
yeah.
ain't about none of y'all. It's about this Patriots
And even
and
with that,
organization.
he allows, and a lot of people thought he wouldn't let Cam be who he is, even personality. He never strips you of your personality.
He know.
His thing is, if you bullshit,
He know.
you gotta go.
That's how you know
Yeah.
Cam's a baller. That's when you
Exactly.
find out because he not. I couldn't see. Well, I gotta play for the Patriots. No, Chad Ochocinco was still himself.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't nobody chain Chad Johnson when he was hooping? He was doing his thing. But once he started hit the slums, and okay,
He had to go.
it's a wrap. Yeah, Belichick will let you be yourself. You just better really be that.
The ring that year, Ochocinco studied the playbook.
Exactly, because he was vicious. What's real crazy was them years y'all didn't get rings with Moss.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
yeah, that was crazy.
That's crazy.
Damn it.
That's like the 2011 championship
Goddamn
with
Eli.
the Heat with Bron. That's how I compare that to. You got Randy Moss and Tom Brady together. I mean, that shit was pitch and catch. That's all it was. That year was pitch and
you
catch.
couldn't put no defense inside that bitch.
They was in covers 12s. It was a prevent defense. Randy Moss was still taking it to the house on them boys.
Yeah, you got Wes Welker, and it was nasty.
Come on,
It was
man.
nasty. Yeah, it was
Come
nasty.
on, man.
So yeah, man, it's been good to have you back on the show, man.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all having me on. Appreciate
Sure,
y'all having me. Looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
Looking
You
forward
got
to
any
this.
shout outs, man?
Oh, for sure. Family. Cuba. Shout out to the family, Cuba. Shout out to Squad, Ave. Shout out to my family, wifey, the kids. Shout out to We're Just the Messages podcast, Do Work Media, having the boy up here.
Appreciate you, man.
Let me see. Shout out to Guild Talent Agency. Shout out to Paul Mitchell. Shout out to Charleston. It all was birthed here. I always say that every time I come.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Charleston, the city, North Charleston. Everywhere Charleston is love. And I'll be seeing y'all more soon. We'll be doing some more things. So
Got you.
for sure.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the listeners as usual, man. Supporting SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube. Y'all know what to hit us at.
Y'all know what's up.
Always, yeah, man. Mo, you got any shout outs?
Nah, man, I'm good, man. Like you say, shout out to all the listeners, all the supporters still rocking with us and whatnot. You know, shout out to you, of course, you know, the home team, Do Work Media. Shout out, of course, JT and, you know, the PFS family.
Squad.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it rocking like that, man.
I like it.
So, you know, like we say every episode, man, we hear anything on here that gets you in your feelings, always remember,
We're just messages.
we out.